Welcome back, everyone. It is the fourth leg, I should say, of the Hungarian Grand Prix. And it is a beautiful day to start off this qualifying session as well. And the flags are fluttering slightly on the pit building, which is telling me that there's not much wind out there, is there? Of course, there is a lot of this is kind of a natural bowl. This one is the Hungarian Grand Prix, of course. So wind only affects you at the top part of the circuit. And what way to start off is, oh gosh, what way to start off has been talking about wind, then really is standard stuff, isn't it? Anyway, yes, hello everyone. This is Cobalt. This is at the ninth round of the World Championship as well. And I got to say, it's been a cracking second season of Cobalt as well. Remember, this was only the second round of the World Championship for Cobalt last season, and it was a bit of a deluge, wasn't it? It was absolutely pouring down, was it? It's raining cats and dogs last season. This season, it is looking not too bad. It's looking set fair at the moment, isn't it? Let's go through the drivers and the constructor, shall we? It's Hamilton who leads the championship, but he is now extended his lead over Starburst, not Starburst, by 13 points. Then J-Dog, who missed last time out, but he's a point behind Starburst at the moment. That is the top three. Remember, the top three get promoted to bronze for next season. So there's a lot on offer still. Dukanko, 14 points behind, 15 points, I should say, behind J-Dog in fourth position. Cassel, great. He's been great since stepping into the Ferrari full time in fifth position. Iron Knight won last time out. He is now in his sixth of the World Championship. Smithy Almighty seventh. Brooksy, unfortunately, down in eighth position when we was expecting Brooksy to be one of the favourites, but he's not had a good start to the championship. He's 48 points away from the leader. Paris in ninth position, and Booty with an incredible performance last time out in 10th position in his first podium as well. Unfortunately, he missed the podium last time because he had to. Unfortunately, he had to lighten his load there, didn't he? So he got so excited that unfortunately he had to make a splash and dash there, which is a bit unfortunate. But there we go. Because no one actually joined me last week then, which I'm not surprised at all, really. Of course, after the drivers have had a very hard, tough Grand Prix in the wet at Silverstone, you do not want to be talking to a ginger like me than a moron like me, do you? Goodness me. So, gosh, I think there's more capacity to talk to me than there is to actually drive these Formula 1 cars. Incredible, isn't it, though, that the drivers are able to keep them on track for 26 odd laps around the British Grand Prix in heavy wet conditions. They're impressive stuff indeed. Everything else in the driver standings, we got a car off the circuit and the Williams there. Buckass is not gone off the mark just yet, and we've Styles and ZGS there in the bottom three as well. Yellow flag is fluttering there. There's a Williams off, and it's Styles who's off. It ain't the Williams at all. It is Styles there, and oh goodness me. And let's just take a look at oh, is he gone? Is he gone already? I think no, it isn't Styles there. It's the other Williams, isn't it? I'm getting confused because I don't think that Styles was even out on circuit, was he? I might just make it up as I go along. I'll figure out. Let's carry on with Hamilton, shall we? In the constructor standings, is Aston Martin now leads the way. They're 5 points in front of the AlphaTauri team, which is here on screen now. The beautiful dark blue AlphaTauri in second. The other Alpha car of Romeo in third position. Haas are in fourth, but it is they're tied on 103 points. Ferrari 21 points back. Williams are in sixth position with McLaren a point behind the Williams team. Alpine 20 points behind the McLaren. Red Bull in ninth position. Mercedes is in 10th position. Unfortunately, 10 out of 10 now in the constructor standings. I really wish that there was more teams in Formula 1, but never mind. That is one of my biggest wishes. As we're just now watching Hamilton, we've got a debutant in the field tonight. We were just on board the championship leader, and we're going to talk about the debutant in just a few moments time then, when she appears out on the circuit. Just watching Hamilton to complete his lap then, and then we'll talk about the other super subs that are in here tonight in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Round 9 this one is. Hamilton has done a 16.4 to start us on our journey. If we want to compare that to last season's times around here, hang on, let me get it up then. It is a 14.5, which is last season's fastest time. Now it's the fastest qualifying time, which is set by Iron Knight, I believe, wasn't it? It was indeed that. Of course, Iron Knight is going to be very much on the ascendancy, isn't he, with that incredible performance in the British Grand Prix. Jenna coming back into the pits then in the Aston Martin. Then we've got the Starburst, who's second of the World Championship in car 94. Remember, he had a good start last season, Starburst, didn't he? He did drop off slightly, didn't he? Because I think he had a bit of a nightmare in the Italian Grand Prix before returning back to before turning back to the forefront. Across the line comes J-Dog. He's third fastest. He's third in the world champion. He's second fastest on the road on a 60 as well. Starbust has done 28.4 now. That could be quite quick in. No, it's not quite quick around Hungary. Picasso's done a 46.1 there around the Hungarian Grand Prix as well. Oh goodness me, these times not quite quick at the moment, there are they? I think that they're just trying to find themselves, didn't they? I've been trying to find myself for 32 years, and I still haven't found myself, but there we go. On board with Smithy Almighty. Lovely helmet design, by the way, from Smithy Almighty, looking very flash indeed. Here, out of turn 14. 14 turns around this circuit. It's quite a short one, this one. It's we've got 35 laps of the Grand Prix to come up here tonight as well. That is what's facing the drivers. We've got 2 DRSOs as well. One on the start-finish straight as Booty goes at 4 fastest there. And of course, I'm hoping that he carries on then with where he left off in the Silverstone. Of course, I do. Of course, I'm a bit biased towards Booty as he is a relative of mine. Then he's adopted, but there we go. He's still a relative. Connects that on board. Connects that. I think this is Connects making his debut. Not. I don't think he is he? I'm sure he's. I think he is in Cobalt, but I'm sure he's driven in ALR before. I think it was great to see Connects in here, and I like Connects as well. Mainly because he's quite an avid fan of ALR on the social media. So very good stuff indeed, as he does like a lot of our tweets there, which is great stuff indeed there. Of course, talking of tweets and stuff like that, they have been a bit below par this week, but that's because our social media manager is starting her first week, is having fresher weeks as well. So good luck to Welsh Man Nado. I hope she's having a good time out there. Of course, good luck to Curly and Total Peas, and I think Ben Gallagher as well. Connects goes 7 fastest, who are also starting their fresher, who's doing their fresher week as well. Then so Smith might go second fastest. And anyone else then who hasn't mentioned anything about their college life or university life or school life or anything like that, good luck to all of you out there. I hope I hope it's all going well. Of course, it's very daunting, isn't it? Starting even a new job as well. Goodness me, I've got to say, I haven't started. Well, last time I started a new job was about 10 years ago. Goodness me, so I'm part of the furniture now. But yeah, quite daunting, isn't it, if you're starting from new then? So yeah, good luck to everyone out there, whatever you're doing. Great stuff indeed then. Of course, and if you ever want to chit chat, of course, ALR is one of the places to be, isn't there? If you want to just have a chin wag about anything, then so yeah, anyone in ALR is very happy to help out wherever they can. Then Gina, they're going down into turn 1 as well, accelerating away. Of course, I'm not very good at helping because my life experience is quite appalling, to say the least. Very appalling that I'm actually going to buy a Batman birthday cake on Friday to celebrate only the second time I've watched practice live this season. That is how sad I am. So do not take any life lessons from me. That is definitely a surefire thing. Gina then on the back straight. This is the highest part of the circuit. We got Brooksy out on the track as well. So we're going to skip with Brooksy at the moment. As we already mentioned in the build-up to the programme, I've got the wrong Alpha Romeo. There's Brooksy there though. As I've mentioned in the programme already though, Brooksy has not been. It's been one of the. We was expecting to be one of the favourites for the championship, and maybe even walking away with it. But that has not been the case at all. Gina's gone wide there and invalidated his time. So that lap is not good to count. So you can see that just shows that ALR and Formula 1 is not one on paper, is it? And that is that's great, isn't it? There is very good stuff indeed. Brooksy there is now coming into the tight, twisty section as well. I was going to do a recap of last night's race, but I'm really struggling to remember what happened in last night. It was such an incredible race there. It was really good indeed there. Of course, there was a lot of flashpoints as well. But what I do remember is that Theo has extended his lead in the World Championship in Bronton, and that is exactly what he needs. But it's still such a narrow, but it's still so close, isn't it, in bronze? A cracking season bronzes. I think there's 8 different Grand Prix winners in the first 9 races. Incredible. Brooksy goes fast there, and he's the first driver into the 15th out by 3/10 of a second from the championship leader, Hammer Time. Cracking stuff indeed. That Ginny's out on circuit at the moment. We've got Crustier T. Also out there as well. Crustier T, one of the drivers there. Oh my gosh, there's ZJS there is. Oh my word. He's riding those curves, and here is the debutant now, and of course, as we're just going about Paige Baguette then, who's about to start her lap then. By the way, I love the name, absolutely cracking stuff indeed. I do love a good baguette. I think it's baguettes are rolls, aren't they? I think they're really big rolls. I'm not too sure, to be fair. A man who loves food doesn't actually know much about food, does he? To be honest, I'm quite a simple man. I just enjoy anything that's processed food, comes out of a packet, KFC or anything like that. There, oh gosh, there. And I'm after a KFC. I'm hoping to get one tomorrow, since I've got a couple of days off from work there, so I'm going to really enjoy myself by ordering KFC, having birthday cakes and all kinds of stuff. And so, yep, that just shows how appalling I am. But there we go. So welcome to LR Paige, and of course, Paige is one of our newest reserve drivers as well, and really good stuff indeed. Looking forward to seeing how she does in ALR, of course. So we've also got the other subs of Crustier T out there as well, and Connexen. I think this is Connexen's second Grand Prix start, I think, in ALR, but it's the first Grand Prix start in a Cobalt. So yeah, I think what I do need to do is, in the past I've not been very good with introducing the reserves. I must say I've been a bit more on songs today. I think it's because it's my last day at work for a bit, so I'm absolutely over the moon. And also the fact is I found my hairband as well, so I can actually see what's going on as well before I get me hedge trimmed on Friday, hopefully. Anyway, then I'm gonna have it trimmed a bit like that guy out of NSYNC, or maybe Backstreet Boys. Then out of the final turn, then comes Paige, and she goes into 11th fastest in the Mercedes. So good stuff indeed there for Paige. So that is the opening lap then. Sir Dave has graced us with his presence as well, but we're just going to watch Dukanko, who's fourth in the World Championship. Here he comes, car 29. Picasso's in the wall. Oh dear, Picasso is in the wall, and he's out of qualifying. Oh my gosh, at the top of the hill where it's the windiest, isn't it? And that is it. Picasso's out of this session, and there's no spare cars in Formula 1 anymore. He cannot run back to the pits. He cannot get into the spare car anymore, and he cannot, of course, Eddie Irvine did that, didn't he, in the 1999 Japanese Grand Prix. You can't do that anymore. Of course, I think that I was watching one of the 10 most sporting moments of ever in Formula 1, and I think it was one of them was I think it was someone, Sterling Moss gave up his car, or someone gave up his car for Fangio, I think, now, to went on to win this 4th World Championship. You would not see that today, would you? I think I mentioned it to Dan Murphy, saying that you wouldn't see Perez to give up his car for Verstappen these days, would you? Liam D across the line now, he goes 16th fastest. That's the slowest of the time so far. Sir David's gone to a very nice 9th position now. That's impressive stuff out from Sir Dave. Here is the latest Grand Prix winner. It is Iron Knight in the Haas car. Then, so whilst he's on that, then this gives me an opportunity then to welcome all our viewers. Then, Percy mate, yes. Now, good evening, Sean. My chat, my last comment there seemed to have disappeared. Then, oh goodness me, I didn't even read. Let me then, because I struggled to catch up on anything then. So it wasn't me, I swear. Paige, also in the comments, good evening, Paige. As she has said, even though Irvine saying good luck, Cobalt as well. Irvine had a strong race last night. He could have, should have, would have won the Grand Prix potentially. But Irvine had, it was great to see him right in the thick of things, where he belongs, in my humble opinion. So it's much of even though, and good luck. Pillar saying it wouldn't be a steam if we didn't see Mushroom in the comments there. Kakarot Goku, it's my worst track from Styles, and he's out qualifying. Iron Knight goes at 7th fastest at the moment now. Good stuff indeed. Just watching the Mercedes. Sir Dave, 10th for a second down in the second split time. Connects there is 800 of a second up in the first split time. We're just going to keep an eye on the Williams driver now. Becca saying another woman in the league. Let's go. We've also got Kakarot Goku saying, even there as well. I say good luck, troops. Connect saying, yep, one in bronze there. Didn't not very well there, but don't worry, my good sir, that you always have another chance. I love the helmet as well. I love a bit of black and gold there. Goodness me, I'm just thinking about that song. Was it sung by Sam Sparrow? Oh, black and gold, something like that. But yeah, so I love a bit of black and gold. Of course, that was ALR's traditional colours, wasn't it? I really, I do like the black and gold, and I'm actually a little disappointed that Rich Energy left F1, really. Apart from William Story, or Bad Santos, as some people like to call him, Connect goes 10th fast. That's a good time there for Connect. So he's really starting to wind that up then. I have Miss Jenner, who goes 13th fastest. I did like the Haas black and gold car of the Haas car. It's one of the nicest cars ever. It does remind me of the old Lotus car, the JP Lotus there. Of course, it was, I think, Nigel Mansell and Ayrton Senna driving in the mid-80s before they went to the yellow Lotus, was the yellowy-orange Lotus, and when they were sponsored by a Camel, weren't they, in the 80s as well. Just Liam D then is just out on a lap at the moment, but it looks like that he has come a cropper somewhere, hasn't he, there? So he's going to have another bite of charter. But Connects then had a bit of a difficult first race then, but second race here tonight. Good stuff indeed there for connects there. I'm looking at a very strong indeed. Cressida T, we've seen him in a lot of leagues, haven't we, Cressida T? He's down 18 finish at the moment there. He needs to just find a couple of tens there. Kakarot, dry race, he wanted rain. Kakarot, Goku did search Russia, and Becca, don't tell Scooby. Don't call Scooby a woman, he's sensitive. I thought I'd come and join my Tory boy in the league then. Great stuff indeed then. And we have also got Search Russia saying, Paige is here. Paige here. Welcome, Baguette. Then is good luck to Paige as well. It's a great, lovely bit of support there. Good stuff indeed. Hang on, I've got to get comfy. There we go. That's better. Good stuff. To be honest, I've got me Lewis Hamilton top on tonight now, but that doesn't mean anything. I am not a Mercedes fan tonight. I am neutral as ever. I'll try and be neutral, but goodness me, there's one of my there's my nephew there in the wall, but let's just move on. We got Jinner in 13th position at the moment. So, unfortunately, Booty was still on the same set of soft tyres there. So, luckily, he hasn't ruined the set there, has he? But had a bit of a spin at the top of the hill there. We was talking about in the broadcast. It was not too windy to start the show, but my word there, I think the Booty had a bit too much wind there from his posterior, and unfortunately, that spun him around there like a Beyblade. In the moment, in the drop zone, we have Styles out of qualifying now. Scooby Stew in 16th. Winnie is in 17th. Crustier T 18th, Liam D in 19th position there. Picasso out of qualifying, unfortunately. Picasso's so quick. He is just a bit. He's just very unlucky at the moment, isn't he? There, just trying to navigate his way through Formula One races without being involved in some kind of shenanigans or anything like that there for Picasso. So I think he would love to have a clean pair of heels, which seems to be my favourite saying this week. I don't know where it's come from, but I'm not sure. I think I must have watched one of the. Was it the Premier League years they used to have on Sky Sports? As Jenna comes across the line, he goes 11th fastest at the moment as well. Good stuff indeed then. Serge Russia is saying Sean Lewis wants his top back then. No, he's not getting this one back. Actually, he can't have this one back because it's all white there, which is the second night in a row I'm wearing a white t-shirt, which you thought I would have learned from last night then. It's not going to look very nice, is it, by the end of this session now, because I seem to expire quite a lot. No, is it expire or perspire? I think it's perspire, isn't it? I do perspire quite a lot then. I really do indeed. Then there's just watching Crusher T, who's down in 18th position Monday. He's got 30 seconds to get himself out of qualifying one then. The cut-off lap at the moment there is Crusher T going wide there, but he is okay then. He hasn't been given a slap on the wrist then, so he's all fine and dandy. But he's not fine dandy at the moment because he's got to find a second and a half to get himself through into qualifying too. I love these on-board shots there. Of course, just above the driver head here, isn't it? On board with the T-cam, as they call him. Lovely stuff indeed that as they're going through the twisty party section and just going over the curb slightly then into turn number 12, I think it is, before accelerating away. And coming up into turn 13 as well. Liam D is retired from the session. Now Liam D is going to be 19th on the grid. Stars and Liam D are on row 10 in this Grand Prix. Paige Baguette there is also happy with her time. She's in 12th position. Good 70. Crusher T is going to be happy with that because he is through into qualifying too. As it stands, Booty is out on circuit one now as Winnie is right off the circuit. Goodness me. Ralph Furman had a big old smash there in 2013, didn't he? No, he didn't. 2003. I'm 10 years too early. He had a big smash. I think his rear wing that failure, didn't he? And then a Hungarian driver by Zolp Baumgartner there took his I think made his debut. Did he make his debut here or in Belgium? I can't remember now. Goodness me, I'm starting to I'm old. I'm getting too old now, and I've really struggled to remember all these years and stuff. But I'm sure it was Baumgartner made his debut, didn't he? He had a couple of races Zolp Baumgartner did before going to the minority team in 2004. 2003. It's one of my favourite years actually. I've got a missed call there for some reason, so let's just leave that there, shall we? No, I'm a bit. If anyone usually rings me, I don't like talking on the phone, to be honest. It's very rare that I answer my phone. Just ask anyone that knows me. So I'm not a big old fan of being of getting ringed and all that kind of stuff. I don't mind the text and stuff. The text is okay, but again, if you really want me urgently, then I gotta say it's gonna be very hard to get hold of me. Unless you send me a picture of food then you will get my attention. So that's how you get hold of me, really. Booty Delight there. A bit of gonna be disappointed that chicane there, wasn't he? He didn't. He's not looking too happy with that steering wheel tonight. Booty Delight, isn't he? He's not looking as smooth as he normally would feel around here. So Booty there just going a bit wide as well. He's 0.5 of a second down. This is quite a disappointing lap for Booty, and he might be out of qualifying. So he's gone from the heights of Hungary, but it's such a completely different track. This one is, isn't it? So we're soon. So Booty has abandoned his time and come back into the pits, unfortunately. So that is such a shame now for Booty. Then so Winnie is in the second part of the lap now. Then so we've lost Stars, Liam D, and Scooby Stew and Booty. Those are the confirmed drivers out of the Grand Prix. Of drivers already. Then Alpha turn then for Winnie. Let's see what he can do as well, coming across the grid hatches as well. And Winnie stays at 0.6 of a second down. He's out of qualifying. Unfortunately, that is a shame now for Winnie. And yes, he's out. So Winnie's out of qualifying as well, which is a big shame indeed, isn't there, for Winnie? So that's a blimey bit. That's a blimey shame there, isn't it? So those are the drivers out of qualifying. We've lost 6 here tonight because Picasso, unfortunately, has gone off quite heavily in the exit turn 4 into turn 5. Of course, so that is such a shame indeed, isn't it? There? So out of qualifying are those 6 drivers. Let's just take a look at them. Brooksy's fastest then is he was quite quick, wasn't he? Right from the get-go, Brooksy is so quick and won that pace, isn't he? He's on 8th from the World Championship. Can he start to turn his season around? Is going to be the question on my mind at the end of this one. Let's find out. Out of qualifying is Styles, Liam D, Winnie, Scooby Stew, Booty, and Picasso. 6 drivers out of qualifying. Then we've got 14 going through into qualifying 2. We've got to snip another 4 off before we get into qualifying 3. And who's going to be on pole position then for the Hungarian Grand Prix? Whether pole position, of course, in terms of stats, you would rather be on pole position at the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona rather than Hungary, because Barcelona seems to, I think, didn't Crofty say a stat about in every 20. And the pole position is one. Pole position on the front row is won in the last 20 Spanish Grand Prix, or the last 18 or something like that. I can't remember now. I should really pay more attention, but there we go. Right, so we're going into qualifying 2 then. We're going into qualifying 2 now, and you can see a lovely sunny day. But it looks like we've got no rain affected at all, have we, in this session? So that's good news for some drivers, not good news for others. We'll find out who those drivers are going to be happy and who those drivers aren't. And this is a very technical circuit, this one is, isn't it? Is it like a go-kart circuit? Some people used to, some of the pundits used to say that it's very much like a go-kart circuit, isn't it? Not as extreme as the old track in Argentina, but which they used between 95 and 98 there. Of course, at Buenos Aires. Oh, gosh, I still have nightmares about that circuit. Ooh, my word. Brooksy, out onto the circuit first. Good stuff indeed there for Brooksy. What is a good stuff, bit? So that I've just had a glance at his helmet, and it is defaulted. So not happy about that whatsoever there. So I am ashamed about that. Of course, that is the most important part of the driver's arsenal and attire is their helmet design, of course. Even though it doesn't make them go faster. But having said that, I think I shared a lovely snippet last night about Ayrton saying that when he has a luminous yellow helmet, he does seem to do well. And he did well last night. He got some points, didn't he? He wasn't in scuffles, Ayrton was, and unfortunately his lead has been snipped down slightly further. There's a Brazilian flag in the grandstand as well for Ayrton. His lead has been snipped. The lead in the championship has extended now, so Ayrton is more points behind than what he was before the start of the race. I can't remember what those points were, but I'm in a blue mode tonight. Then, of course, as I am in Cobalt. I'm in Cobalt mode as well. I must say I haven't actually spoke about the joint constructors, have I, just yet? Then we're going to stay with Brooksy as we're going to go run this up. And whilst we're going around this up, let's talk about the joint constructor, shall we? And it's the AlphaTauri team who are absolutely flying out there at the moment. And listen to this. In the British Grand Prix last time out, AlphaTauri over the course of 4 leagues scored 92 points. That is ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. They had a really good week, didn't they, to say the very least. That the previous highest score, I think the previous highest scoring for any team was, I'm sure it's 78 by the Haas team at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, I think. And it was also in the French Grand Prix by the Mercedes as well. So it's 92 points. That is insane amount of pointage, isn't it? Impressive stuff to say the least. there for the AlphaTauri team. And in the Constructors' Championship, it's the AlphaTauri that leads with 119 points now over the McLaren, who is second. Then we've got Mercedes in third. It's very close then after the AlphaTauri. And the AlphaTauri, just like the Renault team last season, the first ever joint Constructors World Champions in ALR history, won it last year. AlphaTauri have also wandered away as well so far this season. And McLaren, but it's so close now then, because McLaren are 6 points in front of Mercedes. Mercedes are 21 points in front of Ferrari. Williams and Ferrari are less as a point separates those two teams. And then we've got a bit of a gap then between the Williams and the Haas team. It's 35 points. And Alfa Romeo 23 points behind the Haas team. Aston Martin 9 points behind the Alfa Romeo team. Then we've got Alpine on 7 points back, and Red Bull, just like the season before, it's at the back of the down the bottom there. Brooksy's at a 17 there. I do not expect that to be the quickest time in this session, in this qualifying session there, as I think that Brooksy was maybe doing a bit of sunbagging out there, wasn't he? Here comes Hammer time then. Of course, I think, is there a beach around here? I know that there's definitely a water park, but I don't think there's any beach around Budapest, is there? I know that there's a big old river in Budapest, but that's as much as I know really, because I'm an uncultured swine, and I to say the least. Then Hammer time across the line, he goes to a 16.3. So good stuff indeed. That it's about 10 second and 3/10 of a second up on Brooksy, but Brooksy didn't use I don't think he used all his toys and gadgets and gizmos in that Alfa Romeo car. Here comes Starburst. He is on to the medium tire then, and the medium tire gets himself second fast at the moment. And the delta between the medium and the softs, I heard a whisper in gold, was wasn't it between about 3 to 5/10 or 3 to 6/10 or something like that? Whether that's right or not, I don't know. I just believe everything I hear. Then there's of course, says I trust all you drivers there. I trust all you drivers out there that you're going to tell me the truth, which probably isn't the case at all, is it? There's Crusher T in the middle part of the chicane, and Knowles is just confirmed. Can confirm no beaches, just water park then. Lovely. So there we go. I was wrong on that completely. So I'm not a tourist guy by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, if I was, then I'll probably lead you to I probably wouldn't even be in Hungary. I think I'll probably be in Zandvoort, which is a couple of races time, of course, isn't there? There's a big old celebration for Zandvoort as well, isn't there? Ginner goes fifth fastest. So Dan Murphy is going to be the first driver in ALR history to reach 100 Grand Prix in a single league. Fantastic stuff indeed. That's a great achievement indeed. That almost is, well, I would say it's almost, but I think Cirrus Russian's got a better achievement, as he is participating in every single Christian T's gone second fastest on the soft tires. Cirrus Mushroom, as every single silver race that's ever had, Cirrus Mushroom has participated in it. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then fantastic there from Cirrus Mushroom. Absolute dedication as well. Really, that's really impressive. Curly and Welshman Nod up to this season, or lately, racing every single ALR race as well, didn't they? Whether they was in bronze or silver. So good stuff indeed there. Really impressive. Here comes Smith Romanti across the line as well. Smith Romanti is the slowest of the cars so far. 10 seconds off the pace. I think he's on a trip somewhere. Here comes Connect then across the line, and Connect goes second fastest, the quickest on the medium compound tire. Wow. My word, that's pretty impressive indeed. Here's another impressive gentleman. It is Iron Knight then, who is doing won the Grand Prix quite nicely last time, didn't he? Good at saying, go on Zach, don't do a Zach I connect sorry, as Alpha turned in as well. I connected second fastest, man. Good stuff indeed. Iron Knight goes at fifth fastest then. So I think that this is the first qualifying session all week, I would say, where this is really going to boil down to strategy, I would hazard a guess then. So this is going to be a very unique qualifying session, isn't it? Looking forward to this one. So at the moment then, it's Hammer Time who leads the session I Connect in second, and Cressler T in third. The two reserves doing a great job there, with Brooksy in fourth, R9 in fifth, J Dong in sixth, Page on her debut. Jinner goes for a spin. Page on her debut. Oh, he's got it back into the barrier. He was lucky there. Just a slight glancing blow with the rear tyre. Page doing a great job on her debut as well in seventh position. Good stuff. Eighth position is Jinner. Ninth position is Casal. He is not really setting the world alight there with not with 90 seconds on the pace there. Starburst in 10th position. And it's out of qualifying. Starburst is out qualifying now, so that is not good. Smith and White has gone second fastest. So Starburst is out of qualifying, and I think that might have happened a long time ago, whilst I've been waffling away about the lack of tourism I know around Hungary. But Starburst is out of qualifying, and so he's gone into the wall somewhere, and he is out. And that man is second at the World Championship. This is a major, major problem now for Starburst. And he's going to be on the start in the midfield. Scooby Shoo for the podium. I do like your predictions. Keep them coming in, ladies and gents, and keep me on my toes as well. I'm not doing any predictions because it usually goes wrong then. Here's Sir Dave on board the Alpine car, breaking down into turn one. That we had a we had a bit of track, of course, track modification back in 2003. Goodness me, I don't think half a year is even born back then, were you? Goodness me. Dave getting a bit too attached to that inside curve there. He's lost an abundance of momentum and time out there. Brooksy is on the medium tyres then. So we're going to keep an eye on Brooksy for the minute there, while Sir Dave was having a bit of a nightmare in turn two. Just watching Brooks there, flicking it through turn three, where Farf had a big old smash, didn't he? With someone on Monday. I wish. Oh gosh, I am getting old, and I'm gonna have to start writing notes down, and Brooksy's back in there has almost overtaken the front there. Goodness me, that car not looking very too happy to stick to the tarmac there, is it? Through the chicane, lovely stuff indeed that for Brooksy. Yeah, the track modifications there in 2003, they extended turn one, didn't they? Because turn one used to be a lot more open, didn't it? And it used to be very much exactly the same as turn 14, the final turn. They also extended this part here. There used to be a little chicane there we used to just jump over. They extended that for more overtaking between 2003 and 5 as well. I really need to research that, and I actually got the exact year, but I will eventually. The final turn there comes Brooksy, DRS right on the money there for the Alpha Tower, for the Alfa Romeo. He goes second fastest, but on the medium tyres, of course. We got a Mercedes of Page who's starting a lap as well. Dukanko is just about to finish a lap. Sir Dave, I think, is having another adventure out there as well. He's for 11 fastest at the moment, out of the final turn then for Dukanko. He goes third fastest there. 3/10 seconds behind his teammate. Remember, the Alfa Romeos came to blows in the Canadian Grand Prix earlier this season. That is a wonderful flashpoint for me, isn't it? Goodness me. But I've got to say, they're very much more grown up than the real life Formula 1 drivers, aren't they? Because that probably would have ended up in a huge spat there, if anyone remembers Hamilton and Rosberg 2014, 15 and 16. Oh, it's got a bit hot under the collar in that team, wasn't there? Of course, Perez and Ocon as well in the Racing Point / Force India days in 2017 and 2018. There is Hamilton and Alonso in 2007. I got very nasty indeed, didn't it, between those two drivers? Goodness me, teammates fall out, don't they? Quite a lot of the time, don't they? Because teammates is quite it's a silly word, really, isn't it? Because you're not going to be mates with your direct rival, are you? In ALR, it's slightly different, though, isn't it? Sir Dave goes across the line, he goes 11 faster, just in front of Ginner. Good some deep there for Sir Dave. Page is half a second down in the second intermediate split time on the medium tyres there. She's not had a very good second sector there. Out of the final turn then for car 2 with Page across the grid hatches as well. I wonder if she is doing a warm-up lap there. Now going for another bite of cherry then. Oh, Cassel just took off the tip of my nose there. My word, there in the Ferrari in car 56 there, Cassel is. I think he's been really impressive since driving in the Ferrari, Cassel has. I'm a big fan of Cassel. I'm a big fan of all 80 drivers, so 117 drivers I think we've got in the Alr now. My goodness gracious me, or 118. I think it's 117 actually. Of course, there's the Discord server, which anyone who doesn't know what Discord is, who's joining us, it's basically the drivers' lounge, isn't it? Where the drivers just have a chat about anything. I think they were chatting about FIFA 22 earlier on today, or something like that. Then as I was having a nose in the group chat, then as I'm like that weird bloke who just hides in the hedge kind of thing. And if anyone remembers that meme, yeah, I love it. Or just that weird guy that just sits in the group chat and doesn't say anything. Or I usually just go in there with a random gif or two, and that's about it. That's the most you're going to get out of me usually. Where the drivers just have a bit of a chit chat in the Discord. They also report incidents and all that kind of stuff as well. It's quite a friendly place in there most of the time. Of course, the drivers are not always going to be friendly with each other, are they? because it's a very competitive world, isn't it? In the in Formula One, then whether it's ALR, whether it's PBE, then it's very competitive indeed in the world of league racing. And of course, it can get very hot under the collar, can it? Goodness gracious me! Then let's just take a look at the comments, shall we? Because I was appalling to you guys last night, absolutely appalling. Now, as I should have had the book thrown at me last night by Liam Yeh, but luckily Liam Yeh was in a very good mood, and also I think probably because of the I don't think he had many incidents to have reported to him. I don't think I didn't go full up as well. Just watching J-Dog, who's third in the World Championship at the moment, but Starburst out of qualifying. He is still technically through, but unfortunately you have to get the car back to the pits alone and unaided. Well, unfortunately he ain't going to get his car back to the pits because he's out of qualifying. And Knowlesy said then who called 4 minutes before Sean realised Starburst was out there. Scooby Steve saying, not tonight, mate. I'm feeling absolute crud there. So it wouldn't happen on a good day either. But I will try to insert Russia. That's not what I heard here. Well, that's not what I heard Scooby Stew. Vintage saying, evening lads and lasses there. Vintage Chief as well. Or is that Chef? I think it's Chief, actually, isn't it? Hang on, let me lean over. We have also got Vintage saying Mushroom Mate then. Vintage asked if I just said Paige. Indeed, I did that. Of course, Paige Baguette then making her debut tonight as well. Of course, we've also got iConnect doing a great job in 6th position as well, making his second Grand Prix start here tonight. Great stuff indeed. Crestier T, who's getting better and better every time he participates in LR, and that's exactly what I love to hear and see. J-Dog going 5th fastest then in the Haas car, of course. 2 Grand Prix wins now. He's a 2-time Grand Prix winner. And J-Dog is in ALR, and of course he got those 2 Grand Prix in a row as well on 2 completely different circuits there of Azerbaijan and Montreal. Goodness me, technically they're both street circuits then, but I think that one's more of a street circuit than the other. Jenner coming across the line into Stars Up. He's on the soft tyres there. We're going to talk about these tyres in just a few moments. I know you're all tired of the tyre talk, but of course that's a it's a Mercedes there of it's just off on the runoff area there. That's what I was looking for. On the old concrete there. Oh, Ginner there getting a bit too attached to that turn 2 curb there, and he's also hurt himself in the momentum there as well, so that's not good, is it? Pease isn't a fan of Cassel. Serious Rush saying as the Cassel section anyway. Honestly, bad case of man flu. Scooby Stew's got as oh goodness me. I got to say I do feel for you, Scooby Stew. I hate man flu as we've got Cassel's retired from the session, but he's I think it's a Haas off the circuit there. I think it's J-Dog who's just mowing the grass there. He's okay. I do feel for you, Scooby Stew, and I've got to say, hats off to you for driving with a bit of man flu as well, my word there. Last time I had man flu, I wasn't even able to turn my PlayStation on there, so it's quite a bad case there. I am a bit of a wimp though, because when I got a little bit of a runny nose, that's it, I'm done. I just don't go anywhere. Is Serious Mushroom saying the big dog, who is currently in 5th fast at the moment, looking very strong indeed. J-Dog is there in the Haas car. I know he's going to be a thorn in the side, I think, of Hammer Time in this Grand Prix. Remember that those two are fighting for the World Championship at the moment now. Jenner just coming across the line, and the Mercedes Paige starting her lap as well. Or and we're going to say Baguette then. Of course, I try like to use people's surnames then, because I like to sound a bit more professional, which is very hard for me to do, I know. Crusher T going 9 fastest there, but of course he's going to go for another round as well. R Knight is out qualifying now. That's a big shot then, the former Grand Prix winner from last time out. Sir Dave is down in 13th position. This is unlucky for Sir Dave, and he's lost 5 seconds in the second split time, I think. Sir Dave has there, and he is off the pace. So Sir Dave is finished in at 13th position, and it might be unlucky for some there. What about Paige then? We're on board of Paige, and she's now into the chicane as well. Not taking too much of the curb there, running a bit wide on the outside curb as well. Now into look at all the dirt marks on the track there. Disgraceful behaviour by the driver said. Never fought for anyone else but themselves. It's an absolutely disgraceful behaviour out there. If I was them, I would have got them out there and made them sweep up with the brush. Paige into turn 12, now into 13 and 14 and 13. Do not get to those white curbs there. They're just so slippery in it that you're just going to spin there, aren't you? Into 14 as well. Another long right-hander out of the final turn, and Paige absolutely that's a crack in the final corner there, and she goes 5th fast, 7/10 of a second now. She is through into qualifying free on her debut. Connects her through to qualifying free on his second Grand Prix. His debut here in Cobalt. Great performances out there as well. Crestier T missed out there by unfortunately 1100ths of a second now. Starburst would have been through, but had a incident there which was unbeknownst to me about 20 minutes ago, because I completely missed miss that, which is shocking behaviour to say the very least then. Yeah, we got 9 cars through into qualifying at 2-3. Of course, Starburst is out of qualifying, so he is a spectator like you and I then. Great stuff indeed. Serious Merchant giving a bit of insight there to Paige Baguette as well, saying that Paige is good at avoiding penalties. Expect her to move up then. Oh, goodness me then. So, yes, and that is one thing that you do need in your arsenal in Formula 1, don't you? Is not getting any penalties either. I'm going to bring up Favre because every time I think of a penalty, I usually think of Favre. I don't know why, but Favre, who had a huge amount of penalties in Austria, didn't it? Which really cost him a podium. Same in Silverstone as well, Favre, unfortunately, because Favre is so quick, but unfortunately, he just seems to be attracting those penalties for, doesn't he? Which is a bit disappointing now for Favre. But of course, he is a 4-time Grand Prix winner in ALR, so he definitely knows how to win, doesn't he? Qualifying ZJS, he didn't set time. Sir Dave in 13th position, 12th position. Our Night last time's Grand Prix winner. Cressier T in 11th position. Starburst in the wall. He's going to start 10th for the Grand Prix, coming up in about 15 minutes time then. And here we go then. So we've got only 3 drivers on the soft tyres. This is Jenner, Page and Hammer Time. Everyone else in the top 10 on those medium compound tyres then. So that is going to get very interesting indeed. As Vinci saying, whoop, go girl, as Page there through into qualifying 3. Fantastic stuff indeed there. And now we are on to qualifying 3 then. This is where it's going to get very interesting indeed. It's so interesting that I've actually sat up there, brought my laptop forward, and I am now ready for business then. Here we go then for qualifying 3. So far in the season then, we have had Brooksy on pole position in the Bahrain Grand Prix, Spanish Grand Prix. Hammer Time took pole position in the Monaco Grand Prix. Brooksy in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Then in Canada, it was Dukanko. Starburst in France, Paris in Austria, and Starburst again in Britain then. So 3 pole positions there for Brooksy, 2 pole positions there for Starburst, then 1 pole position for Hammer Time, 1 pole position there for PSG Paris, and 1 pole position for Dukanko. Wow, looking at very good indeed then. Here we go then. It's Serge Merch saying that Favre is good at collecting the pounds. I think he needs a word. Haha, I love that. That's cracking stuff indeed there. As you can always say that the pen is mightier than the sword, isn't it? We've also got Sam saying good evening everyone as well, as pleasantly as he likes to put it. So now into about 10 minutes, 10 minutes, about 2 minutes into qualifying. We've got 10 minutes to go in the session now, as we're now getting ourselves going for. Oh gosh, there's Brooksy did a bit of a bunny hop coming out of the pits. And someone else did a bunny hop coming into the pits last week in Cobalt, didn't they? I'm sure they did. Going into the pits, they hit soda, they just jumped up, which was quite funny, really. That really made my day when I was doing the highlights on Sunday. It really tickled me. Brooksy, the first driver out of the garage, and here he is, and so he's just going to warm up his tyres. And we got Hammer Tom out now as well. Jenner is out. I'm looking forward to this one. Now Brooksy seems to have the measure of the rest of the for the rest of the grid there, but Serious Missionaire is disagreeing with me because he reckons it'd be Duncan Dave Dukanko going for a second pole position of his career in ALR. So well, we both agree on one thing. It's going to be a Alfa Romeo, but which one will it be then? Well, it's not a foregone conclusion by any stretch of the imagination, is it? Because of course we have got another 7 cars out there as well. I'm not really live chat off there, which doesn't get very good with it. Goodness me, these I'm trying to work out this contraption there is beyond me. My word there. It's not like I've had this phone for almost 2 years now, but there we go. We got Brooksy there just starting off his lap now. Let's go on board Brooksy, shall we? He's taken from the World Championship. He has been, I think he's been very unlucky as the Brooksy out there, but he is so quick in Cobalt in qualifying. He is the most successful driver in Cobalt in terms of pole positions. He's got 8 so far. The next driver with the next most amount of pole positions, I think, is actually Irvine. It is Irvine with 3 as well. So Brooksy at the moment there is head and shoulders above everyone else, isn't he? Oh gosh, Aaron, just like I say that there, he's had a bit of a nightmare in turn 1, I see there, and he's backed off there. So so unfortunately there for Brooksy, he's probably going to be shaking his fist at me now, isn't he? Because I've been because I was because basically I was complimenting him there, wasn't I? But never mind. But Brooksy does have 8 pole positions. He's going for his 9th pole position in his career in Cobalt here tonight, and he's next as we're just watching Hammer Tom as well in the AlphaTauri course. He is now leading the championship then. So how is Hammer Tom going to play this one? That's going to be interesting to see, isn't it? Because we're coming to half distance on the World Championship. We're on round 9, and does your psyche change there? It's interesting because drivers do different things, don't they? Some drivers take in their stride. Other drivers just seem to just sit back and watch the chaos unfold. I think last night Ayrton was trying to do that, but unfortunately he got involved in the chaos there when him and Enright came to blows, which is a bit of a shame, wasn't it? But of course, I think that Ayrton and Enright had a great old fight when they were through the chicane as well. Let's see what Hamilton can do as he comes out of the final turn as well, and let's go then. Serious question, Outlaw, I think he was just letting hammer by then. Hamilton goes fast there. He's done a 15.8 then so far to send us on away. Jenner has got second fast in the 16 set. He's a bit off the pace there from Hamilton. And there's an Alfa Romeo Brooksy behind us, and he is just had a bit of a cooling down. He's had an extra cooling down lap there. That Ferrari Casals invalidated his lap somewhere, so he's going to have another bite of cherry as well. Out of the final turn then comes a Smithy Almighty. Car 2, thank goodness he's had a squirrel. Out of the final turn, Smithy Almighty in third fast at the moment. What about Ducanco? This is Mushrooms picked for pole position. Then out of the final turn, and Ducanco goes full fast at the moment. Well, the Williams connects then. Can I catch him? No, I can't. He's fifth fast. In the Williams. Then we've got the Haas car of J-Dog who's starting his lap as well. We've got yellow flags as well. The Aston Martins has had a trip that at the top of the hill above in our dinner. We've got Paige who's in violator time. She's going to have a go around again. And here comes Casal out of turn 5 bed and on his merry way. Coming over the chicane as well, goodness me there. And I think that's a very good place to watch a Grand Prix. I remember my friend went there back in 2015 there, because that was the place where Rosberg and Hamilton, Rosberg ran Hamilton off the road, or was it Hamilton that stuck his car in a place where it didn't belong, perhaps? Being a Hamilton fan, it was Rosberg's fault. But there we go. That's my friend sat there, and he had a perfect view, because you can even see going down to turn 1, because it dips down, doesn't it, turn 1, and also he had a beautiful view of turn 4, and the car sweeping into turn 5. It's fantastic, and then going through the chicane. Well, beautiful stuff indeed. Here comes a Casal out of the final turn, and he goes into third fastest as well in the Ferrari. I think actually the master of ceremonies, Nolsey's also been here as well, because I think oh my word, Darren Smith might have just kept that all base into the barrier. That's damaged the rear end, surely then, and Smithy Almighty's going to be a bit unhappy with himself because he's dropped it very at the last moment of that lap there. That's a shame. Now J-Dog goes second fastest there, and that is put him right in there, hasn't he? And that's what he needs, and of course he's battling for the championship. Here comes Paige Forget then out of turn number 13, and here she is in 14 as well, hugging the inside corner out of the final turn as well. DRS right on the money. Paige goes 8 fastest and out of 9 cars so far. Hammer Time is currently the fastest driver so far, going for his second pole position this season, and very similar characteristics to Monaco, this circle is, isn't it? It's technical, it's twisty, it's there's not many straights, it's a lot of turning, isn't it? Oh my word. Just catching up with the comments as well. We have got Enright saying, Sammy, my favourite fan there. We've also got Jamie Enright saying, even as well as we've got Sarah saying, ooh, like that Smithy helmet there. Good stuff indeed. Then, of course, Kakarot Goku, aka Stars, is racing now, but unfortunately he was out of qualifying, which is a big shame now for Stars. But he'd be at the back of the field. He had a great race last time out, didn't he, Stars? Then, whilst he got a bit of a low in Hungary, this is a great opportunity then to talk about last week's race as well, because it was a cracker, wasn't it? We had some fantastic Grand Prix, didn't we? Some fantastic Grand Prix racers last week, didn't we? Of course, Stars getting a very fine 7th position last week there. Brilliant drive as well for Stars. He even came into the pits a couple laps ago. He was confident with his pace. He came in the pits, went for on the dry tyres, and he was lightning in a bottle, wasn't he? Booty got a 2nd position as well, which is great stuff indeed there for Booty. ZGS had a cracking drive as well. That is ZGS's 2nd points finish in 3 races there. So ZGS is very much on fine form as well. Great 5th position there for the Mercedes driver. Really good stuff indeed there for ZGS then. Very impressed there when he got a very solid 2 points as well. And of course, Hammer Time, who had a bit of a nightmare start to that race there, ended up with a very solid 4th position as well. And Sir Dave Gare got 8th position as well. I think that there's a lot of very impressive drives out there, wasn't there, in the Silverstone last week, wasn't it? And it's saying that if Goku, if he says his name, he will appear as well. We've got Brooks saying Sha, and we've also got Kakarot saying yes, Vintage. I retired. I do not like this track. Then stop toying us with Brooksy then, and he will put it on pole. Now here is Brooks. Then he's going for his 9th pole position of his career in Alr Cobalt over the grid hands as well. 8th in the World Championship. That time is it's the longest season ever in Cobalt history. Only had 11 races last season for Cobalt. We got 20 this season. And time is this time last season now we was in the final 3 races. They were only at the mid stage this time around. Jinner, who's had a yellow flag somewhere, hopefully not damaged the car. We're only at the halfway stage this time around, but with Hammer Time on such fine form, and J-Dog and Starbus, albeit Starbus had a bit of a nightmare day today, really starting to put in some strong performances there. Brooksy may struggle to get into the promotion place there, but I'm sure that Brooksy, albeit he is 48 points away from the championship lead at the moment, there's still a long way to go, and anything could happen, can it? And it usually does in a Grand Prix racing there. But Brooksy needs to start to put in some good results there. He has the pace. He just needs to get the result in, doesn't he? Going well over the curve there, wasn't he there? Brooksy was before coming in to 13 as well. Then there's a lot of long corners around here, isn't it? You don't get much of a break in this Grand Prix circuit, do you? My word, that you feel it after this circuit, don't you? My gosh, I feel it after commentary. All I do is sit here and talk absolute nonsense. Brooksy across the line. It's pole position there by 3/10 of a second there. When I was yapping through that lap, it just felt sweet as a nut there. It didn't feel very quick, did it? But sometimes the quickest laps there, when they don't feel quick, it just looks so in control, didn't they, Brooksy did? And I think that's the most frightening laps of them all, is when they are in control. And Brooksy was in control right from the first turn, right from the first decision on that lap. He was in control. Hammer Time's retired from the session now, so Hammer Time has already admitted defeat there. Is goodness me, that's quite an interesting tack there for Hammer Time. We got Super Mighty there, just we've got a lot of tracking foundations here, and we have got Jinner, who is going at a leisurely pace there on the back part of the circuit. So we're going to stick with Smithfield White there, who I hope he hadn't damaged the back end of the car there, because he went to the back, he went to the barrier quite heavily there. That's the new part of these damage model this season, isn't it? Of course, where you can damage the side pods and the rear end of the car. And I think that someone had major damage in the silver race, didn't they? Really, they just limped along, didn't they? Did a good job to stay in the race. Actually, fantastic stuff. Just on board now as I'm flicking it through turn 3 as well, now building up into turn 4. Lovely stuff indeed. That little bit of understeer halfway through turn 4 though. Smithfield Mighty there was going out there, was running wide there, but great stuff indeed there for Smithfield Mighty, as he knew exactly what the car was going to do, didn't he? And that is the advantage of going into practice before this race there, and also having a very good setup there, isn't it? You can anticipate what the car can do, and that's the difference between the great and the absolute exceptional drivers, isn't it? 4/10 of a second up Smithfield in the second split time. I'm running out of air. Oh my word! I really need to practice. Really need to practice breathing more, don't I? Really, because I'm not doing a very good job at this. We have got Smithfield Mighty now into the final part of the lap. So he's done 2 laps on these soft tyres, and so they're not brand spanking new, are they? For Smithfield Mighty then, but this is a much better lap, and he goes third fastest. Smithy does that, and that was a good lap there from Smithfield Mighty. He's going to be overjoyed with that, isn't he? Great stuff. Jinner is fast in the second split time, but unfortunately he has had a track extension there, or an invalidation lap, I should probably say then. Here comes Cassell there, going over the curbside then before going into the middle part of the lap. On board down in the Ferrari driver as well. Cassell has gone wide then, not too wide. He's half a second up then. That's a crack in second sector. It is so close between himself and Jinner. 300 of a second separates him and the Aston Martin car. J-Dog is about 2/10 of a second up the road from where they are. J-Dog wants to get himself back into third position, but that ain't going to be the case now, because J-Dog has also finished his way. He's directly behind his championship rival at this moment in time. Cassell at the final turn, and Cassell's got on third fastest there. He has knocked J-Dog down to 5th here. That's a great time. Oh no! We have lost the car. We have lost Connects. He is connected with the wall there. Oh dear, Connects is out of qualifying there. Oh my goodness me. Smithfield Mighty 3 seconds down in the second split time then, so that is going to be it then for Smithfield Mighty then. The checker flag is fluttering in the breeze here in Hungary as well. Dukanko is on an outlap. So we're going to leave him to it for the minute. So we're going to stick with Paige for the minute. And here she is there in the second split time as well. She's 2/10 of a second up. Paige is that should be enough to get her in front of Connects. And that is going to be a danger to Dukanko in 7th position now, as well as now into the 13 as well. Before coming into 14, yellow flag is the Ferrari of Casal. There's cruising back to the pits, and Paige out of the final turn then. And let's see, and Paige goes 7 faster as well. Then that's great stuff indeed there for Paige on her debut as well. Very good stuff, man. Jinner then, oh my, as Jinner who's looks like he's abandoned that. He has abandoned it and come back into the pits then. And I think this might be an end to qualifying actually, isn't it? Because I don't think everyone else is up there. I think that might be, we've had a premature end here in qualifying then. But what isn't premature is Brooksy's on pole position then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Absolutely mega 17, that's his 9th pole position of his career as well. So well done to Brooksy. Really good 17 then. So he's 1 away from the magical 10 then, Brooksy. He is a very quick customer in qualifying, isn't he? Now, can he produce that pole position? Well, can he get that Grand Prix win? Is what we're thinking about now. And just taking a look at the comments as well. Then is Serious Mushroom saying, "Damn, Paige, Sir Tommy then the championship leader in." Oh, we're in the garage. Fantastic. There is a lovely shot here from the Aston Martin. Absolutely cracking stuff indeed then. I love it when we're in the garage. And the Aston Martin mechanics that are just ready to go then. Great stuff. But yeah, Sir Tommy there, of course, in the World Championship in silver. Also extended his lead as well after Dylan having his 2nd DNF in his career and of the season in silver. Final classification from qualifying 3 is Hammer Times 3/10 a second in front of Brooksy. And Casal is close to knocking Hammer Time down to the 2nd row of the grid. Smooth Almighty on 3-lap old soft tires, showing that he is quick, isn't he, in the McLaren. J-Dog is third in the World Championship. Is 5th today, and a row behind his championship rival. He would have rather been a bit further up. Jinner in 6th position. Paige on her debut 7th. Dukanko 8th. Connects on his page on his debut in a Cobalt as well. Of course, his 2nd Grand Prix after he raced in a bronze a few weeks ago. Hammer Time saying Brooksy's on another level there. Of course, he is looking strong in qualifying, but the race is a different story, isn't it? Really, so it is indeed then, isn't it? It's got very overcast. I'm wondering how this is going to play out to the tires. Are the tires going to be happier in the with the heat, not as heavily baking the track as it was in qualifying? Right then, we got 23 seconds to go then for the start of the Grand Prix. Of course, we're almost at 8:30 UK time here. My ears are burning. That means only one thing: it's left for love. And goodness me, well, it's also right for spite as well, actually. So I think it's more likely to be right for spite. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? Of course, there we've got 20 cars on the grid then for Cobalt. The final time that we're racing in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Of course, next week we are on to magnificent Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix, and at the end of that race officially marks half distance in the World Championship of ALR Season 6 for all 4 leagues then. And will we have a clearer picture about who's going to win the championship? Well, we're going to find out then. Well, I don't think we're going to have a clearer picture, I don't think, until the very last few Grand Prix. And I would love to see a championship go down to the wire. I don't think, did we have any championships go down to the wire last season? Did bronze go down to the wire? I don't know, to be honest. I think that, I'm going to be honest, I just remember thinking that Dylan has got it in the bag there, so I'm going to speak because he was just Mr. Consistent, wasn't he? Here we go. Right then, as now then we're on board with Brooks then, because he's on pole position then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Medium tyres there for Brooksy. Soft tyres for Hammer Time. He's going on advantage going down to turn 1, but it's a short squirt down into turn 1 now, isn't it? Calsal in third position with Smithy Almighty in 4th. They're on the medium tyres. J-Dog, the championship protagonist, is in 5th. He is slightly behind his championship rival, but he is on medium tyres. 6th position is Jinner with Paige and 7th, both on soft tyres. Paige making her debut tonight. Good luck. 8th position is Dukanko in the medium tyres. Connects is making his debut in a Cobalt as well. Lovely helmet. He is in 9th position. Connects is as well. Good luck to Connects. 10th position is Starbuster. He is 2nd in the World Championship. He made a mess of qualifying 2. Unfortunately, was unable to take part in qualifying 3. Is that going to be crucial? I think it is going to be crucial in the Grand Prix. It's not because it's so difficult to overtake. Crusher T is getting better and better in 11th position in the Ferrari as well. And it's great to see him. He's racing week in, week out now. crescent and I absolutely love it. Iron Knights in 12th position on the hard tires. Only 1 or 2 drivers on the hard tires. Interesting strategy. I'm loving it. 13th position, and on row 7 is Sir Dave alongside ZGS, both on the soft compound tires. They're going to be lightning in the bottle. Picasso in 15th position now. Unfortunately, he exited quite early in qualifying, but he is 15th now on the medium tires. Boo Delight 16th. Can he get another podium? I think I'll be impressed if he can. 18th, 17th position is Scooby Stew. We've got Serious Mercer expecting a podium from Scooby Stew. Winnie in 18th position, also on the medium compound tires. Liam D on the hard compound tires. Liam D was one of the was on the quick drivers at the beginning of the lead. Then he's dropped off slightly since the beginning of the season. And 20th position is Styles in the medium compound tires. You know, the 20th on the grid as well. Hungarian Grand Prix, the first Grand Prix was back in 1986. Goodness me, 3 years before I was born there. In 1992, it was Nigel Mansell taking the World Championship. I think Michael Schumacher took the World Championship area as well 1 year. Lights are on then. But no one is going out just yet, are they? Here we go. We're on board with the racing. There are the revs then. They are building. They are building. Here we go then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. And it's Brooksy who gets away nicely. But Hammer Time is flying. He is flying. There's alongside Brooksy. He's going to take the lead. He has taken the lead going into turn 1 there. And Brooksy giving him a wide berth. Hammer Time using those soft tires to absolute perfection. There's a McLaren up the inside, but he's having to back off. And J-Dog has dropped out of position there. So J-Dog, who needed a good start, is unfortunately hasn't, but he's Jenner spun there, and J-Dog, and oh gosh, there's a huge contact in turn 2, and someone is whacked right into the side there of Jenner. Jenner was half spinning. Paige Spaghetti is up in the 5th position. Fantastic. She's up 2 positions so far. And here comes a Dukanko as well. As oh goodness me, and they're all on goodness me, they're all over her like a rush. And oh gosh, and they're banging wheels. They're banging wheels as a soft tail. Jenner's around again, and Jenner, that's twice now he spun that. And my gosh, goodness me, and they're all climbing enough to get past the Mercedes, and that's a Ferrari off the circle as well. And we see someone else skating off the circle as well. It's been a bit of a messy start here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Cars all over the show, haven't they? As Paige got damaged, I wonder if she was the driver into the side. That's a Williams off the circle as well. Connects my word there. It's goodness gracious me, there's a banging wheels all over the show here. Oh my word, now I'm wondering if Paige got damaged there, or is too strong to line up those tires. And Sir Davies on 5 positions. Goodness me, where's he come from? He's had a fantastic start. Sir Dave has a Picasso in 9th position. We've got both Williams side by side. Oh goodness me, as oh gosh, Hammer Time. Oh no, and J-Dog is, I think that the car of Connect is coming to the pits there, and J-Dog, I think, has collateral damage there, and he's had to come into the pits there. Well, I thought he was anyway. The Williams is not coming to the pits there. Winnie's coming to the pits there, so I'm not really sure what's happened there at all then. That one completed, and Hammer Time now leads that. He's got up in position and he's got past Brooksy. He is on the soft tires that he's gone on to a different strategy here. Sir Dave is trying to go past Paige on the outside then at the moment, but Paige is struggling in these is struggling on the Mercedes at the moment. I'm not sure she's got damage on. Picasso's trying to go off another. Sir Davis while they're going side by side there, and oh gosh, look at the background as well. And it's absolute anarchy out there. And now we've got Boo Delight all over the back of Connect as well. I'm surprised that no drivers got damaged. I was expecting a lot of drivers to come into the pits at the end of that one. Picasso's got past Paige, or has it? It's quite a difficult place to overtake on the inside of the chicane there. And Sir Davis also passed Paige as well, and up the inside there. Paige dropped down to 9th position there. As a Boo Delight is just gone. Where is he? Oh, he's in 10th position there. Good 17 Connects dropping down the order. Well, no, someone surely has damage out there. I don't know who. I think that there's a lot of drivers that are trying to limp on with damage there, and I think that's why there's Paige and Connects. I think of 2 of them that have got damage. Surely, I think they have. They're really struggling at the opening stage of the Grand Prix. Picasso roll off the circuit there. Goodness me. As Paige there is coming into the pits, DRS has been able then. So I think that Paige has got damage there. So we had incidents in turn 2, didn't we? And now then is Hammer Time. It's now got almost a 2-second deficit between himself and Brooksy on lap 3 of the Grand Prix. DRS has now been enabled then. So who is this going to help then, and who is this going to hinder? Up 7th position is Scooby Stew and Booty and Picasso. Lovely stuff indeed. And Styles there. 6th position for Sir Dave as well. Great stuff indeed. Down 9 is Jenner. You've seen him spin twice there. I'm surprised that Jenner's got no damage there, because I've got to say, he got clouted twice. Iron Knight down 4 positions as well. Paige down at 11 positions there, unfortunately, as it's not gone at all well, has it there, which is such a shame there. And I don't know who that was off the circuit there. Gino there having a bit of a squirrely moment as well. On board then Varnight, then he is our latest Grand Prix winner. Gino's got a bit wide there. Liam D is off the circuit there. There's a problem for Liam D in the Alpine car there as he is skating across the grass there. And Iron Knight is all over the back of Gino. They're going not side by side there through the chicane yet. Then it's kind of follow me through this sector, isn't it? There's one after the other there. You cannot get past this one at this. You cannot get past anyone. It is part of the lap then. And unless of course there is a major tyre deficit or major problem with the car in front there. Iron Knight at the moment there is, but I think the Gino must have damage there because he got clouted. Oh, as Iron Knight there going off the circuit there. ZJS has now moved up into 12th position there and it's now starting to hinder Crustier T in 12th and 11th position there. So hopefully we'll have a bit of calm now. Gap in front is 2 seconds there, 2 seconds between Brooksy and Cassell as well, then 2 seconds between Smithy, Almighty and Cassell. Now we've got 3 seconds between Dukanko, Starburst who we thought was going to have troubles in the race then. Well, he's already up into 6th position, so good stuff indeed there for good stuff indeed there for Starburst. That is exactly what I need there. My tower's completely gone wonky now, isn't it? J-Dog has set the fastest up of the Grand Prix. We've got to see you feel the sprint out a bit now, haven't they? As Crustier T has just lost out to ZGS by looks at. He has indeed then, as Booty Delight has got a 3-second penalty. That's the first penalty of the race here tonight. Penalties and lack of penalties is going to be crucial in this Grand Prix. Sir Tommy is asking if Page has got damage there. Nothing visual, Vince is saying, and I don't think it's anything visual unless I completely missed it. But it must be the side pod series must be saying all the floor, which is absolutely a shame then as well. Hopefully that's not the case, is that? ZGS and they're currently in 11th position. Well, now hang on a minute, my headband has just fallen right in front of me. There we go, that's better. We've got a bit of a queue forming up now, so it's Picasso. I'm wondering if Picasso's got damage here. Oh my gosh, there, and that Scooby steered right off the circuit there, and the car just completely got away from him. We seen it down the bottom of the screen there, and the car just flew. My goodness me, that's unusual. ZGS is in the pits there, so ZGS said this is a very early stop, and ZGS said, is this a strategy call then for the Mercedes? The mechanics are on the pits and hard tires is what the Mercedes. It is a strategy call indeed, and so CJS wants to get rid of those tires. He's going for a very extreme undercut here. Liam D is off the circuit there and having major problems in the Alpine car, and he's lost the whole of the front wing section there. Liam Diaz as he comes into the pits there. Hammer time is now losing time. He's lost 4/10 of a second there to Brooks, who's now really starting to get his skates on. We've also got Jinner, who's all over the back of Iron Knight there, as Iron Knight I think has finally got past Jinner there. I think it's going to be a long race for Jinner because I'm sure that he's got damage. He's quite quick, wasn't he, in qualifying, but in the race he has dropped down like a stone, and now he's down in 14th position, unfortunately. On board of Booty, who's the closest driver, I think, in terms of combat then. He is behind Picasso at the moment. Now, Picasso and Booty, the two drivers that got penalties at the moment now, they cannot afford any more with 30 laps to go then. That sounds like quite a lot then. But if you get into a rhythm, get into the zone, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But we'll soon wait and see that. So when the soft tires going to come in then, soft runners going to come in, ZJS is coming very early on so far, isn't he? As Sir Dave is now very much in striking distance. Sir Dave's tires is dropping off like a stone. Then we got a yellow flag as Sir Dave's teammate is having a nightmare Grand Prix at the moment. I think that is Liam D, who is spun as well. It's one of the light blue cars. There's too many blue cars in ALR at the moment, isn't there? Goodness me, and in Formula 1 as well. Bring back a yellow car, I'd say. Or bring back a pink car, even better. Booty Delight then, who is just shadowing Picasso at the moment. J-Dog is that yellow flag. Dukanko! Oh no! Dukanko's damaged the wing here! And goodness me, that's a lot of damage as well. Jinner's in the pits then. So Jinner's coming to the pits and Sir Dave almost caught out there. And now we got Sir Dave and major problems there. It's on the wrong car as the yellow flag. Oh, no, who's that? That's Liam D, who's off the circuit as well. But look, Sir Dave is in major trouble then. He got caught out by the car of Dukanko skating off the circuit there. And Sir Dave, who was losing time over fifth as well. And there's Dukanko come back in the pits. What a shame now for Dukanko. He's in a solid 5th or 6th position, or 4th, I think. No, he's in 5th, wasn't he? I have no idea. But that's a shame now for Dukanko. He's dropped down to the middle part of middle part of the field, and the gap in the front is now down to almost a second in this race. Ginner's off the circuit. Ginner's off. Oh, Picasso's gone right off there, and he's skated off the circuit there, and booted to light. There's a safety car, and then who is coming in the pits? And Picasso is reacting quite quickly on. Ginner's out of the race on the first safety car in this race there, and I think Picasso has called this absolutely beautifully, hasn't he? And let's see then who's going to come in the pits. Is everyone going to come in the pits? Is this a golden opportunity then to come in the pits then? And this is also good news for Dukanko as well. He'd be disappointed he's lost all those positions, but in terms of time, he will not lose that much then, because of course there we got a safety car then. So the Alfa Romeo mechanics in prime the race for the new nose cone now for the Alfa Romeo car. That he is coming in the pits. Well, luckily his teammates on the other side of the circuit as well. There it is, the new nose cone now on the Alfa Romeo, and Dukanko, where's he going to come out? And ZJS coming into the pits early on then. ZJS might be a big winner here. J Dog there is going to be happy to also be back in the race as well then, after having a tough couple of laps as well. So the same with Page, Connects and Winnie as well. Liam D, I think, has been lapped, has he? I think he has been lapped there, Liam D. So unfortunately, it's going to be a long race now for Liam D. So this is good news for Hammer Time, and good news for all the soft runners. And is it going to be good news for anyone else? So that is the question. So yeah, that's Hammer Time. I think that there's no question for it to come to the pits then. But what about the medium runners then? Well, Brooksy is elected to stay out then. What about Cassau? He is also staying out then. So I think all the medium runners there thinks it's the better opportunity then to stay out. Sir Dave then, who's currently on the soft tires. I think this might be a good opportunity for Sir Dave. Hammer Time is only going to drop down to 5th position, I think. So there's a big old gap between Sir Dave and Starburst. And then here he comes in the pits. Hammer Time is the man who is second on the grid. Then he got the lead then off the start line, didn't he, when he was on the soft tires, and he absolutely worked beautifully. Hammer Time in the pits, and Sir Dave is also taking opportunities as well. Drive-through penalty for Dukanko. Oh goodness me, and he's going to be disappointed that though, isn't he? Because Dukanko, this is a golden opportunity to get himself back in the race, but he's got a drive-through penalty. Oh my word, I feel that's quite needless, isn't it? And they're just on board now. And then now is Sir Dave coming in and out of the pits. Quite nice, isn't he? So Sir Dave is going to get out in front of Cressier T. Sir Dave is on the soft tires again now. So Sir Dave is going for a very quick second stint here. So he is going to be lightning in a bottle, isn't he, Sir Dave? Out of the pits now in a 12th position now for the Alpine car. So let's take stock, shall we? We're on lap 8 of the Grand Prix, and it is Brooks who leads from Cassau, Smith Almighty, and Starburst. They're the top 4. They haven't stopped yet on the medium tires, which they started the Grand Prix on. In 5th position is Hammer Time. Liam D's got a 5-second penalty for spinning the pit lane. He's out of the Grand Prix as well, and that is a shame now for Liam D. I'm not sure if that might incur the wrath of the stewards there. I know it's a lap down. It's very difficult to continue when you're a lap down, and so are you on the Grand Prix. But I wonder if that might cause the wrath of the stewards there. Connects there coming into the pit set, or is Gordo or his name is Zach, isn't it now? So I'm going to call him Zach, or Connects. I'm probably confused myself. Oh my word there. As Liam D has decided to stop at the exit of the pit lane now, and I think he's decided, even this Alpine car is called it a day then. Liam D has left the session. 2 retirements, and Ginner out of the race and had a huge tank suffer by the sounds of it I should say, in the turn number 3, unfortunately. And out of the Grand Prix, Liam D was just in there, come in and park the car, unfortunately, there in the Alpine car, as he's out of the race. A drive for penalty for Dukanko, so he is now on the back foot, isn't he? Dukanko is, unfortunately. We have also got Sir Dave back in the pits, and I don't think he wanted the soft tires. I thought it was an unusual strategy for Sir Dave, but he's now back into the pits there. And let's see, I'm wondering if he might want to go into the hards or the medium tires. The Alpine mechanics prime and red goodness, so they've made a major blunder here, the Alpine mechanics, haven't they? So Martin Bokowski there is going to get Dave's wag of the finger, I think, at the end of this one. He's out of the pits now. Sir Davis in the Alpine cars. He's got to adhere to the Delta. He's completely lost a lot of track time and position there. Sir Davis, and track position around here, I would say, is quite essential in the Grand Prix. The other drivers on the soft tires is actually Dukanko, unbeknownst to me, which is poor viewership as well, because unfortunately I should have spotted that about a lap or 2 ago. So shocking indeed, isn't it? As just now on board then with the Grand Prix leader, which is Brooksy. Remember, Brooksy has had Grand Prix wins in the past, hasn't he? But of course, he's also had a lot of bad luck as well. Brooks has. He's definitely got the pace set. He just needs rub the green, don't he? So hopefully the safety car will be in then. So then then we can get back racing then for the Hungarian Grand Prix as we're on lap 10. We'll be on lap 10 out of 35 when we go back green, hopefully, at the end of this one. So medium tyres, so going back through the order then. The Hammer Time is still on the well, he's got past Starburst there, or trying to get past Starburst. Hammer Time on the soft, fresh, medium tyres there. Not soft, fresh, the medium tyres there. Of course, that was really contradicting myself. He's on the medium tyres here. In the Alpha Tari car. Also, then after that, then the other driver then who's got the freshest medium tyres behind is Picasso in 10th position there. So Hammer Time is a very strong position at the moment now, as he is came in the pits there under the safety car. So he's going to lose a lot less time there. But however, how much time is he going to lose be in this gaggle of cars of Casal, Smithy Almighty, Starburst, and Hammer Time? Those drivers in front of him are quite quick there, so he's not going to lose that much time. However, he's on the fresh medium tyres, so he really needs to be putting in qualifying laps, but not burning out those tyres too much, though, of course, as otherwise it'll be some major problems indeed. Sir Tommy saying it's good for Paige at that safety car. She can finish with them hard tyres. Sarah's saying I think it was Sir Dave had a blinding start as well. Someone shot down the inside at the start, and I'm not sure who it was, to be honest there, but it was a cracking start, wasn't it, by Sir Dave? I think it was Sir Dave. Goodness me, he's not shy, is he, that man? My word, there, he's doing a great job as well. But unfortunately, the pit stop mess up at Alpine has really cost him. It's in today's Grand Prix so far. But luckily, we've got 25 laps to go, and he might be able to get himself back. It might be able to get himself back into the contention for a. For some points in this race there, so we're not even reached half distance yet. We've already lost 2 cars so far in the Grand Prix. It's getting very overcast out there. I have been reliably informed this is not meant to rain, is it there? But of course, I have trusted you drivers before, and I've really made me look like a complete and utter fool. But I will trust you drivers there, as of course you are the experts, and I am certainly not. Then just watching Brooksy. We're waiting for those lights to go off on the safety car. Burn Mylander. We've got the Mercedes safety car this weekend. Then not the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin will return in Zandvoort in 2 weeks' time. Of course, then and of course. I do look forward to seeing that Aston Martin again, albeit Serious Russia does say it looks like a Ford Puma, don't it? But even so, it's still a lovely car, isn't it? Absolutely smashing stuff indeed. Safety car, that's what we want to see. The safety car in the end of this lap then. Here we go then. So Brooksy is now going to be taking over as the pace car, isn't he? When is he going to drop the hammer then? So it's his prerogative then to before he gets going. Of course, no one is allowed to overtake until the start finish line. Nobody, of course, said. So that's so. Of course, you just got to stay in an orderly line then. But of course, you've got to catch your colleagues, your rivals out unaware, haven't you? And there's Brooks there still going side by side there. Of course, IndyCar does rolling starts all the time, don't they? Formula 1 only does it under safety car starts. And here we go then, we're back green here in Hungary. I was going to say Italy for some reason. Here in Hungary then, and Hammer Time is already alongside his championship rival then. Starburst, and he's up the inside there. That is a crucial part of this Grand Prix as well. Up the inside there, and he is through, and takes the move quite nicely indeed then. And now we got Picasso and Scooby Stew, and now fighting for each other as well. Picasso is using those. Oh goodness me! Fresh tyres there to his advantage. Scooby Stew is trying to run him out of rope there. He's going to be on the inside there. He is on the inside there. Good manoeuvre there from Picasso. They're very brave stuff indeed there. Stars is in the wall, and Crusher T is in the wall as well. That's a big stunt there, and they're both out of the race. And surely that's the same as the car again, is it? My word, then that's a huge smash there, similar to where Jenna went off as well. And yes, that is a major crash there for both drivers, both out of the Grand Prix. And that is not good at all. No safety car though, and it might be able to clean up this mess before the drivers get back round. But Ferrari out, Crusher T is out, Stars out as well. Brooksy is off the circuit. He is off the circuit. The race leader has spun the car. Oh my goodness me! Drama here in Copo in Brooksy. He was leading the Grand Prix, and my word, and he has dropped right down the order there. Look, he's down to the back of the field. Brooksy has said, he damaged the car as well. He had a glancing blow, I think, with the barrier. Oh my word, that is not good at all, is it? And Brooksy's off again there. It's not going well, is it, for Brooksy? And Dukanko is coming in the pits there for the drive through penalty. Back at the front then, Hammer Time is now going back for the lead then as well. And this was made, Hammer Time's got past Smithy in all that as well. Stars is out of the racing session. He's going to be furious, hasn't he, that Stars is, unfortunately, out of the Grand Prix. And that is such a shame now, isn't it, for Brooks? He's in the pits as well. Oh no! And unfortunately, Duke Angus got a drive for penalty. And we're just now watching the former Grand Prix leader. He has damage as well, and so he's going on to the hard tires. Brooks is then back at the front, and this is what we want to see. Then the battle for the lead here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Hammer Thomas got fresh medium tires. Casal has never won a Grand Prix in Alr Cobalt before, has he? But goodness me, he's in the Grand Prix now, is he? But he doesn't have the equipment in terms of those tires, does he? Those tires are 11 up below then compared to Hammer Thomas to put him on when the safety car was out, and he's all over the back of the Ferrari like a rash, like a bad suit here. Picasso's got a 3-second penalty then, and I think that's the second 3-second penalty of the race as well, so he's up to 6 already after only 12 laps from Picasso. Oh goodness me, that's going to be costly. I think, Casso is also having issues as well, and my word there, and he's gone off, and Hammer Time is taking the lead in the Grand Prix. ZGS has dropped down the order. I think he got hung out to dry, didn't he? Hammer Time takes the lead in the Grand Prix on lap 12. Connects going up the inside there. J-Dog is on the inside there, so Connects is now going to go on the outside into turn at 12. And now the final turn there, and J-Dog giving him a lovely bit of room there. That's a that's very nicely done indeed. Now he's all over the back of the Williams car side. Look at this, he's going this way and that way. Out the inside, no DRS, just Connects on the inside. J-Dog then is struggling for pace at this stage of the scene. He is leading the World Championship. Sir Davis got past Page, but Page is coming back at him now into turn 2. Oh, good stuff indeed there. J-Dog is still just about kept his ninth position there. Sir Dave has got in front of Page as well. Look at this. So Connects all over the back. Then goodness me, we've got a yellow flag there at the top of the hill. Then this Smith on once he's having some major troubles on the McLaren. He's off. Starburst is off as well. That's on front wing section completely gone there for the McLaren. Oh dear. And he's dropping down the order. Starburst is also dropping down the order as well. Major problems there. Oh goodness gracious me. Then take fly for the chicane as well. Look at all these cars that are so nip and tuck at near this stage of the proceedings. Of course, as we have just had a safety car, which is why they're all nip and tuck. Hammer Thomas now got a 3-second deficit gap over himself, and the and Casal with Picasso moving himself over in the third position quite nicely indeed. Look at that Williams there. My goodness me, Connects there. Not shy as he's having a look up the inside of J-Dog. J-Dog for in the World Championship, but he's not on the pace here tonight, is he, J-Dog, at the moment? In the race trim, he's really strong at the moment, isn't he? Goodness me. And going up the inside, then Connects his race was a bit of a disappointed start there. And now all of a sudden he's on the ascendancy. He's on fresh tyres as well. He breezes past J-Dog, moves up in the 7th position. J-Dog down to 8th, and they're on similar tyres. So, isn't they? So that is interesting. Cressier T left the session and he's out of the Grand Prix. Such a shame that Cressier T then, he is our 4th retirement. Smith and White's got a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. I think that might be a bit of frustration there. ZGS having a second Grand Prix, a second great race on the road there for ZGS then on lap 14. Brilliantly did great in Silverstone, doing great again here in Hungary. Well done indeed there for ZGS. When he is on it, ZGS is quite a quick customer, isn't he? Really good stuff indeed there. He does have a lot of dips in formula, doesn't he, ZGS? But when he is quick, my goodness me, if he can get a bit of momentum behind him, he is going to be a major force in this World Championship, isn't he? Starburst there is trying to come back through the field. I'm not sure Starburst went off in sympathy with himself and Smith and White. There is some contact, but whatever the case may be, Starburst has lost a huge amount of time and positions as well, hasn't he? Unfortunately, just watching Iron Knight then, who is now right under the gearbox of Scooby Stew. Scooby Stew, who's in 5th position, on a great job at her. So Mysterious Rusher is going to be absolutely overjoyed with this result at the moment, is he? So as I think I've just read him say something about those pesky kids there. Of course, there's a lovely Scooby-Doo reference there. Scooby-Doo got up the inside of Booty Delight, though, up the inside at track position there. Booty Delight there, trying to go back up and under there. Oh gosh, they all get a bit squirrely there, wasn't it? Goodness me, there's no grip on the curves there, my good men. And they go down into a turn 2. Iron Knight is now going to be very interested on the back as well. Did I see someone spin there? No, it's just the angle of the corner. Goodness me, then there's been a lot of drivers going off there at turn 3, haven't they? Goodness me, it's a very fast kink there, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Right, 5 seconds the gap is now between. Oh, is Iron Knight there struggling? Now, goodness me, he is really struggling to control this Haas car at the moment, isn't he? Iron Knight in at 5th position. Scooby Stew! Oh no! He is out of the Grand Prix and he's got off there. And I'm not even sure how he's got off there, but he must have spun the car, and it must have been such a violent spin now that it took him in quite an angle into the barrier. Scooby Stew out of the race there. This has gone from a very pleasant day for Zach Brown and the McLaren team to quite a nightmare day. All of a sudden, that's how quickly this can change in this business, in this game. Oh my word there. And Sirius was saying, no, Sean, don't say it. I laugh out loud, and he's done. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and I am very sorry. I really am indeed, though. I was getting carried away. I was loving the fact that the McLarens were having a good day, and then unfortunately Smithy Almighty had issues, and now so is Scooby Stew. He's out of the Grand Prix, and that is, I'm really sorry. I am indeed. This is, I've got to say, the commentator's curse there is very much real, isn't it? Especially for Scooby Stew's point of view. Absolutely, this is shambles in the commentary box, isn't it? It really is indeed. Scooby Stew said, I'm cursed. J-Dog's got a 3-second penalty for running wide. We've got 4 drivers that have got penalties so far in this race. And Brooksy and Smith Almighty down the back of the field. Say with Starburst as well, who came in the pit when all that shenanigans was going on. They are quite they're not too far away from the back of the field. Dukanko in 12th position as well. A lot of big names out of the points here at the moment. So they got a lot of work to do. Iron Knight is good as me. It's a flashback from Silverstone. A couple of just a few days ago there. Well, I say a few days ago. A couple of about a week ago now. This time though, it's for 4th and 5th position, not for the lead of the Grand Prix in Silverstone. It's now for 4th position in the Hungarian Grand Prix. And Iron Knight might be thinking about maybe a podium or two here. Into the pits there comes Casal after just about half distance. So that is absolutely spot on then for I think a one-stop strategy here. And I think he'll be on the hard tyres now until the end of the Grand Prix. Now it's at the inside. There goes Iron Knight, and Booty brakes so much later now. He's got a lot of confidence on the old brake pedal Booty has, hasn't he? Goodness gracious me. Oh my word, there it's getting too close to the back there. As you've got to give Booty a wide open berth there from, he's got a Mercedes off. ZGS is off the circuit there. Iron Knight's got on the outside there. Oh, my laptop's switched off there. And goodness me, and Iron Knight's got a 3-second penalty. ZGS is off the circuit. Oh no, it's ZGS who's out. Another driver who's out. A cracking Grand Prix is now dropped near the back of the field then. What a shame there. Bowie is really struggling on this tyre then, as of course he's the driver. I think he's the driver with the longest tyre life on those medium tyres that Bowie is. So he's really struggling now. I think the AlphaTauri mechanics that are going to be primed and ready to go for Booty to come into the pit lane, change those tyres, go on to the hard tyres out to the end of the race. And ZJS, I think, has got damage. He's dropping down now. The order is Dukanko on those hard soft tyres. Done 10 laps on the soft tyres. Good stuff. Good innings there. But unfortunately, ZJS has got damage. I think he's got damage. He's not looking at too fruity at the moment, is he? Into the pit because Booty like that, and that's ended quite an animated squabble there. Goodness me, across the line, and Iron Knight is now up into third position. Now, what is he going to go on? Is he going to go on to the soft tyres in the race there and be like a bullet coming out of a gun there for Iron Knight, or is he going to go for the medium tyres? About fresh medium tyres in the race there. If he goes on the soft tyres, he's going to have to really extend this stint, isn't he? And now then is Booty coming out of the pit side. So where is he going to come out then? We've got Winnie going past as well. There's going to be a lot of drivers that Booties might have to overtake them because they're going to be on old hard tyres there. And just in the background there is Starburst as well. Back to this battle here then. And now Connect, who's on fresh medium on fresh tyres. And ZGS, has damaged the car. What a shame for ZGS there, because he was on a magical Grand Prix. Really was indeed there. But he's now down to the back of the field. Hammer Time now leads by 12 seconds. He's going to be wondering where his rivals have gone. Goodness me. But Hammer Time, I think, is going to need to come back into the pits again. And I think he's going for a two-stop strategy here. Hammer Time is there. So he needs to extend his... he needs to get a bit quicker on those tyres, doesn't he? But at the moment, he's got such a good lead then. I think that he'll probably, as Burks has got a 3-second penalty, I think he's in quite a good window. He is, isn't he? And I think if he likes to go on the medium tyres in the not too distant future, he's probably trying. I think he's going to stay out. If he continues to extend the stint then in this his lead, then why not stay out then? As long as he doesn't overexert those tyres and then cause a structural failure on them or get a puncture, then he should be okay at Hammer Time, shouldn't he? So yes, stay out, I should say. Of course, Hammer Time knows exactly what he's doing, isn't he? There, but he has very much got one hand on this Grand Prix win there. But I'm not going to say anything else there, as I found myself going down that dark rabbit's hole again there, and giving another driver commentator's curse out on Scooby Stew. It's probably got me on his dartboard now, isn't it? He's going to be throwing darts at me now for the rest of the week. Then yellow flag in sector 3 as the Mercedes has got off. Booty's just got the inside of Winnie, and he is through and up into 10th position now. Winnie is done 16 laps on those hard tyres. He's now he's defending from Starburst. Starburst very much a Howland Tedesco kind of defence there from Winnie there. He was not letting Starburst through. What whatsoever. And so Starburst is going to have to follow him now through this next section of corners. Page is now all over the back of Sir Dave as well. We've got Connects, who's really causing some major problems there for Hammer Time. No, it isn't for Iron Knight, thank goodness me, going in out to the into turn 12 as well. Into turn 12 as well. Hammer Time 13, almost 14 seconds now with Picasso in second position. This is a great drive for Picasso. He got his first ever podium last time out. He's going for another podium tonight. Picasso is looking strong again. Good stuff indeed. Picasso connects out a bit of a nightmare run there. J-Dog has found himself in the sixth position now. Good stuff from J-Dog. It was looking not too rosy in the garden, was it? But now all of a sudden it's connects out up the inside and it's through. Passes the Haas car. Iron Knight there is going to go back up and under there, but Connects is having none of it there. Into the bits there comes Dukanko. As he's had enough of those soft tires. He's now going to go to medium, I think, until the end of the Grand Prix. Is the Iron Knight there is not having any of that, though, is he? He's good, trying to come back at Connects there, but I think the Connects should have the pace at this stage of proceedings. But now, what are the Haas team going to do then? And the Haas team, the relationship in the real world of Formula One and the Haas team is not too it's not too rosy, is it? But I think in LR all the Haas drivers get on quite well, apart from Sirius Mushroom and Farf. But of course, I think that's Farf who causes all the friction in that one. Of course, I'm joking. Of course, I think that there was one that I was saying about Farf and Sirius Mushroom in the Haas team for silver to be one of the teams to go for the Constructors' Championship. But hasn't gone too well so far, has it, for that team. On board with J-Dog as we're coming through turn 13 as well. Iron Knight and J-Dog, though, have had a very good, strong season so far. Both drivers have won 2 Grand Prix so far. 3 in total. 1 for Iron Knight, 2 for J-Dog. A fantastic return for the Haas team, doing a really good job indeed. That coming down the hill, we've got yellow flag that is at the top of the hill. We've got one of the it's the Red Bull. It's Winnie who's gone off the circuit there. He's just come out onto the fresh medium tires as well, so that is that's not good for Winnie. I didn't see if he had damage there, but oh my word, he was going to have to get out there and really push on now, wasn't he? But unfortunately, if he's got damage, then that is it. I think his race might be done and dusted in this one. We still have 20. We still got 21 out of 35 laps in this race, and so we're under half distance. There's still quite a lot of racing to go around here, but it's just it's a snowball effect, isn't there? If you spin there and cause damage to your car, you're just going to be really struggling. A lovely shot here, by the way. I've interrupted myself once again now, but a lovely shot here, isn't it? I love these helicam shots. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It makes you very relaxed, doesn't it? When you're high in the sky, looking down on these cars as they swoop in from left to right here in the Hungary ring. And I've just seen a mention about Spa in the comments. I think it was Serious Russian with Scooby Stew on a bit of a chatter. And yes, then it is the Belgian Grand Prix next week there. I haven't shut up about it all week, as I do love the Belgian Grand Prix. One of my favourites on the calendar. I don't like racing it, of course, though, because usually I end up in the wall at the top of Radion, mainly because I think that I'm better than what I actually am in Picker's setup there, and it is like a Monza setup, but only good for the first and third sectors, and not very good for the second sector, not very good at the top of Eau Rouge and Radion either. CGS has just got past Winnie, who's really struggling at the moment there. Winnie is. I think that I'm wondering if the advantage is now starting to come back to Iron Knight. That Iron Knight has done 21 laps on these hard tires, isn't he? I think he is going for the I think he's going for the soft tyres strategy on that. The inside there goes Casal. Page is trying to go to the end then on these hard tyres, isn't she? I wonder if Iron Knight might be as well, actually. Did Iron Knight come in the pits then? Let me take a look, that is. I completely forgot what's going on in this race then. Iron Knight hasn't come to the pits then, so he can't go to the end then. But Page certainly can there. Of course, she came to the pits earlier on this race then. Casal on the ascendancy. Sir Davis trying to get to the end as well on those hard tyres in sixth position. He could be a lot higher up if the AlphaTauri team got the strategy right then. And look at this, that is we got Starburst there and Booty Delight having a good old scrap here at the top of the hill as well into the 5 fan. Starburst there needs these positions, there needs these points, doesn't he? Booty Delight is not in a championship bow yet, but he is in 10th position now, isn't he? Booty is. So of course there he does 1 point there, but Starburst there cannot make any rash decisions, can he, at this moment? And Iron Knight is lost out, or has he? Because J-Dog's on the outside, or is he? Yes, he is on the outside, and he passes his teammate. And I thought that they was going to. Oh no! And he's gone onto that very slippery slippery curb of the final turn there. He spins the car just so he puts on the accelerator so he doesn't roll into the barrier there. The rear damage on this game is serious. It's serious mushroom, isn't it? So you cannot damage a car on the back there. Casal at the inside of Dave, is he? No, because Dave is not letting that gap go any smaller, is he? Starburst has got past Bucci now, but it's not finishing. That's exactly what Starburst needs there. A clean and calculated overtake there. Down into turn one. Casal right underneath the gearbox of Sir Dave. I wonder if Arnold is going to come to the pits now, because those hard tires are going to be screaming hot then, aren't they? And he's going to have to really look at how mucky this Ferrari is. Goodness me, that just shows how dirty he is out there here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. So from all the bits of rubbish and all of this all that kinds of things there on the circuit there, so you get all kinds of things, tear off visors, you get bits of rubber, bits of balls of rubbers as well, they're flicking off of those tires as well, and of course all kinds of other rubbish as well from the spectators and all that kind of jazz, isn't it? So yeah, I think there's a lot of drivers in the past have had issues, haven't they, with things stuck in their radiators and stuff like that. One thing that does come to mind wasn't actually a spectator at all. It's one of the McLaren mechanics leaving a engine cover in the side pod of Jensen Button in 2010, the Monaco Grand Prix, when the safety car period was out then. So that was a bit of a shame there for Jensen Button, unfortunately. So yeah, that's how crucial these radiators are to keep them as clear as you can there. Of course, they also like to cover them up on rainy days as well. And just watching Casal, he has now got the slipstream there. Starburst has got the fastest off the race. Casal at the inside. Dave there is pushing him there because he wants to do an up and under there. It's yellow flag. It's one of the Mercedes off end. ZGS is off it's off in the background there. What a shame for ZGS there, because he was really looking strong, was he, earlier on this race. You have to be careful on those white curves as well, though, because we've already seen a spinner in turn 2 around there as well. So Sir Dave is lost out to Casal. Casal is going to be flying now, is he? And his next target is Aaron Knight then, who needs to come in the pits then, but I think he's trying to get to a sensible window. Maybe this up on the next lap, maybe going to the soft tyres then. Aaron Knight, so he's going to be quite quick at the end of this race. Into the pits there comes the Grand Prix leader, which is Hammer Time, and ZGS there is well off the circuit, and I think he's damaged the back end there, but it looks like he's at an odd angle there, an angle where it looks very suspicious then. And so Hammer Time in the pits there, is he going to come out in the lead still? I think he might do here, because he's done an exceptional job then, the Grand Prix leader, the championship leader as well. Hammer Time is in, and he is going for his 4th Grand Prix win. Must be, that's not a Grand Prix win, it's the Monaco Grand Prix, but he's coming in the pits now, but the Williams there is coming down the hill there. There he is, and Picasso's got up the momentum there, but Hammer Time is going to have fresher tyres there, but I think that the tyres there are going to be hotter than the ones coming off on the AlphaTauri. But Hammer Time does that, but Picasso has the momentum. Unfortunately though, he was just too far back, and as he just out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately, he's had to call it a day. Paige and Dave, round 2 now, as Paige is called back up to the rear end there of Sir Dave, as Sir Dave there is limping on these hard tires, and Paige is very much in the ascendancy on these hard tires. 21 laps she's done the hard tires. We have got yellow flag as ZGS's car is coming back on the circuit there, as Mercedes has decided to release him back out into the action there. So good stuff there from the Mercedes team. Just watching the other Mercedes of Paige, who's doing a much better job than in her pit crew is of letting ZGS back out. But here is Paige now, and there she is now, wants to get past us. So Dave quite quickly here, as we have got a problem. It is Picasso. Oh no, Picasso, who's had a great race there, has had some issues there. He was, I think, on course for a very strong podium here, but unfortunately Picasso has had some issues there. Has he damaged the car? Connected stayed out, and J-Dog is staying out as well as Picasso. He's coming in the pits, and I think he would have had to come to the pits anyway, because the medium tyres are going to be very stretched at this stage of proceedings now, aren't they? But he is coming into the pits then. Serious Mush is saying the hard tyres are going to start to struggle. They really are. I think they're struggling quite bad on that Iron Knight, and probably quite bad on also Page as well then. So those the two drivers that are going to be extending their stint very long. There's Casal now up in the 4th position. Casal is, and Picasso has gone to the soft tyres. Page having a look down into turn 1 then, is turning into a bit of a saga between these two drivers. Fantastic stuff then, seeing Page and Sir Dave then. Again, a lovely shot here from the helicopter here. Lovely stuff indeed then. And just on board with Paige then, as Sir Dave then, who's still trying to defend, and he's got another 9 laps to do to defend from Paige. And of course, Paige does have a lot older tires at this moment, but goodness me, it's not about the tire life here, is it? Paige has just got so much more confidence by looks. Look at the way that she is steering the Mercedes. Fantastic, isn't it? A lovely driving etiquette indeed. That Picasso's come out on soft tires now. He is going to be quicker than a hiccup at this at the end of this Grand Prix there, so keep an eye out. Starburst then, there he is in the background now. Starburst there is going to be really trying to get past these drivers as quickly as possible, but Hammer Time is really flying out there. He's going to set the fast side race on those fresh medium tires as well. So now just on board with Paige then into the pits. There comes J-Dog then, who's the 19 laps on the medium tires. There's going to be a lot of drivers on the soft tires there at the end of this race then, so this is really going to be interesting. Now, Sir Dave is up to a fantastic fifth position. I think his highest finish in race was actually 6th or 7th, wasn't it? So Sir Dave doing a absolutely cracking job, but he does have drivers who are on fresh or medium hard tires, I should say, likes of Starburst, Booty Delight. We've got Picasso, who is coming quite quickly as well. J-Dog has gone on to medium tires. He's a scrub set of medium tires as well. He's done 2 laps on those medium tires. So I'm surprised J-Dog didn't go on the soft tires. There's a Starburst running out wide there, so I think he had a bit of understeer halfway through the corner there, didn't he? And instead of hurting those tires even more, he has just let go of the steering wheel slightly and let go of the steering wheel slightly, and it just didn't affect the tyre wear too much. That going through the chicane as well. Look at this, and we've now got a bit of a conga line before and behind Dave here then. So goodness gracious me then. So Hammer Time is now up to 9 seconds. This is a dominating performance there for Hammer Time. Brooks, he's still in the Grand Prix. He's about 7 seconds away from getting into the points there. Smithy Almighty having a bit of a nightmare Grand Prix, unfortunately. Same with both Alfa Romeos as well, unfortunately. Winnie was having a good race there up until where he had a couple of issues at the top of the hill. So this battle here is not seeming to be going anywhere at the moment. iConnect there is just coming to the pits there. Is he going to get out in front of these Balin trio then? I'm surprised that Iron Knight hasn't come into the pits yet, because my goodness me, maybe he doesn't believe that the tires are going to last that. And look then, as Connect is going to come up behind this gaggle of cars, and I don't think he would have wanted that then. He's on those soft tires though, so he is going to be quick. Picasso is right underneath the gearbox now, Booty then, so here we go then. And I think Starburst now knows that he has to really start to make the move on these 2 drivers in front now, because he's going to be caught up, I think, in the charging soft runners here of Connects and Picasso and J-Dog, who's on the medium tires, while they're all on fresh tires. And look at them, they're all starting to bunch up behind them. This is going to be a cracking end to the Grand Prix. I'm loving this then. This is going to be great, isn't it? Oh goodness me, that's going to be action galore, as J-Dog's got a 3-second time penalty. Now J-Dog's up to 6 now. Booty's on 3 then. Picasso's on 6. Iron Knight's on 3 as well. Paige has lost the position there, as we've now got to, oh gosh, oh no, goodness me, Paige and Connects has come to blows to 2 super subs there. Oh no, and Paige on her debut there. Oh goodness me, she's just reversed into the path of J-Dog. Oh goodness me then, as we thought that something was going to happen, didn't we? And with the soft runners, they're desperate to get by as well, but Paige unfortunately damaged in the car. She was going to go a long way in that, but that is such a shame that Connects unfortunately made connection with Paige and has damaged her car, and she's got to come in the pits there. She's going to go on soft tires. I think from here on in it's going to be difficult to get any points there. Brooksy might be a bit happy, or Dukanka might be. Starburst is defending the inside then, but I'm not sure if he's going to defend this one too hard, because he's on the outside on the soft tires. But he's also lost out as well to Picasso. Sir Dave in the full position. Goodness me there. He's quite high up. He's going to get a nosebleed. He's so far high up then. Sir Dave, fantastic performance so far from Sir Dave. I think his highest position was 6. So really good stuff indeed there. Connects there on a great second Grand Prix in ALR. His first one wasn't too much to write home about, was it? But his second Grand Prix is fantastic, isn't it? He has absolutely nailed the strategy to perfection there. Really good stuff indeed that as he goes up and under. I'm glad the Gordo found heard my pun there. So just now going on to the chicane as well. There is Sir Dave, then is Connects, then is Starburst as well. Picasso's only 2 seconds away from this gaggle of cars as well. And look at Connects there, he's desperate to get by. Dave is having none of it there, is he? Dave is quite, he's got the old strong arm, has he? There, you get going to bully Dave off the road. Oh no, and I've beat the down, gosh, sir, and they've come to blows there. Oh dear, and they come back on the circuit there, and I don't think Sir Dave or Connects is going to be fun with each other with that one. And whoa, J-Dog has come from a different postcode. Oh my word there. And I think that Sir Dave and the Connects are going to be there's going to be some very very interesting words, and they're going to be exchanging each of the cockpits. And look at this, and as connects carries on there, and goodness gracious me, that Alr Knight's in the pits as well. Casal is now in second, Starburst in third position, Picasso is back up in the fourth, and Bucci in fifth, connects in sixth position now, but J-Dog is trying to get by. He has got by there, he's gone very deep there, and goodness gracious me there, and connect J-Dog right off the circuit there, and he's dropped down the order as well. So Sir Dave had changed the notes, and he's out going to be out in 11th position there. Unfortunately, I got a bit too nip and tuck there. On board once again then with J-Dog is all over the back of Connects at the moment there. So I'm wondering then if Connects is a bit nervous about those soft tires and not lasting to the end of the race then, potentially, and that's why he wants to get those wants to get the overtake done as quickly as possible. But look, he's got understeer. I think that's damage on that Williams car for sure. Oh my goodness me. And J-Dog then, he's going to be very up for this. Connects also got in a penalty as well. That's his clean pair of heels gone for the race. What a shame now for Connects. It's all gone a bit peak tongue in the final stage of this race. That's Hammer Time. He's blissfully unaware. He is about half a minute almost in front of Casal in second, with Starburst in third. Starburst had a very good recovery drive today. That is a very impressive, to say the least. It's a good stuff there from Starburst. Really, I think that is quite impressive there. So J-Dog then, who is pulling away from Connect then, and let's just have a look at the front then and see what's going on there. So lap 31 out of 35 there. We had a bit of we had a lot of action in the space of short space of time now. Hammer Time leads by almost 30 seconds. He's 27 seconds in front of Casal in second. Third position is Starburst. Fourth position, so which means he is now only going to lose 10 points between himself and the championship lead. Then the gap is going to be up to 23 points. And so this is a very good day for Starburst. Yes, he's losing time. He's losing points in the championship. However, he has done a good job then to. He's done a very good job then to minimise the pain, has he? So damage limitation here tonight as Sir Davis just got past Brooks in back up in the 10th bed. So we might have a sprint race to the end then between those two drivers. Casal in second position, but he has got a 3-second penalty now, which means the Starburst potentially could move up into second position, which means that the gap between himself and Hammer Time will actually be 20 points rather than 23, if I got my maths right, which I think I have, but I ain't got my calculator in front of me. So that's what Starburst is aiming for now. Picasso in full position. Booty is now very quick all of a sudden, isn't he? Because Picasso's struggling. Picasso, he's got damage there. Picasso has oh no, and Picasso, who's goodness me, he's had damage. He's coming to the pits there, and that is a big blow. Booty is back up in the fourth position now. He's had two very strong races in a row now, and J-Dog is now back up in the fourth position as well. And so yes, so a couple of drivers that have really stuck in there. Picasso's out of the Grand Prix. I think that's frustration now for the Williams driver, and he is going to be very disappointed with that one, isn't he? What a shame for Picasso, because he would have got some points as well, I think, Picasso, because he is going to be coming on the pits now. He will still be in ninth position now, so that's some valuable points that have been lost from the Williams team, I think, now. So that is a big blow there for Picasso as he's parked at the exit there. Brooks is set the fast out of the race, and he's now alongside. He passes Sir Dave, but he has to get 9 seconds in front of Sir Dave if he wants points. Then Page might be able to get some points as well. Judge, as there's been a very action-packed end to the Grand Prix. Back on board J-Dog, who is very much hunting the Booty in a fourth position moment, and there he is. And Booty delights in fourth position. He is going to be. He's on older tires than J-Dog. He's done first laps on the hard tires. Booty has, but he's done a very good job there to keep out of trouble, hasn't he? It's been there's been a lot of trouble around him, but he's just about kept out of it. 3 out of 35. Then we've got 3 laps to go. Then Booty is going to the wrong part of the course there. He's trying to skip out the finish line, but it looks like goodness me. Of course, no shortcut on these races there, Booty. Got to follow the racing line, my good man. That 33 out of 35. Hammer Time now, goodness me, just absolutely, he's hit a league of his own, isn't he? Hammer Time is absolutely dominating performance again, going for his second Grand Prix. His fourth Grand Prix win of the season. Now J-Dog is now on the outside. Booty has the inside there, but J-Dog has the inside now for turn 2 as well. Hammer Time, Iron Knight in the background is less than 3 seconds away. Iron Knight is, of course, going back to the penalties as well. Iron Knight needs to pass. They're both on 3 seconds penalty then, so as Brooksy set the fast on the race, and so Brooksy is doing a good job now and claiming that final point. Claiming that bonus point as well. Connects that right off the circuit there as Dukanko. I think Dukanko and Brooks are doing a good job there, because their races seem to be very much all below, but they've stayed in the race quite nice as well. Same with Widdy and Smith from Whitey. Well done to Page as well as connects there off the circuit. Goodness me, he's doing a bit of lawn mowing as well there as Dukanko all over the back at the moment. J-Dog's got another penalty. That is crucial, I think, because J-Dog's going to lose an abundance of our positions here. Potentially could be behind Connects as well. He has got that many penalties there. Well, Connects does have a 3-second penalty, but that is going to be touch and go as Connects. We're just watching Dukanko's all over the back of Connects there. Connects is struggling. He is, isn't he? And Dukanko is very much there, is very much on the prowl. Oh, he's got a 3-second penalty. Dukanko is running wide there, unfortunately, so he's not going to be tough with that. And now he has to definitely get past the Connector if he wants his position. Connector all over the car, all over the circuit, one really struggling, isn't he? Really trying to keep in front there of Dukanko. But look at this, Dukanko right up underneath the rear wing. He goes side by side with Connects, and he passes Connect and moves up into 7th position there. But Connects is going to go up and under. Look at that then. Goodness me, Connects is just going to run him out wide. Then Dukanko is not going anywhere, is he? Goodness me, and there we are down on the drag race down into turn 2. And Connects, oh gosh, he's getting a bit of a shove at the rear. Oh my goodness me. Hammer Time, I think, has lost a lot of time somewhere. Hammer Time, that's there. I'm not sure if he's coming to the pits or spun. He might have come to the pits actually, as I think he's going for fast up. Hammer Time is there to really underline the performance he's had in that car today. Iron Knight is now alongside, is now very close to the back of Booty. Connects has lost out. Just saying that then is yes, Hammer Time now coming to the pits there on the soft tyres there, and he's going for fast out. And we're on board with Iron Knight, who's also on soft tyres. Well, he's having a look there on the inside of turn 12, and I'm thinking that probably the start-finish line might be a better option. And Hammer Time has started his final lap of the race as well, and here they are, and they're battling into a turn at number 14. This is now a battle for 4th position. J-Dog is unfortunately taking himself out of this battle because of that 9-second penalty. That is a crucial problem. That's a crucial blow in this race. And Dave has got no penalties at all. Fantastic stuff there for Dave. He just needs to keep onto the back and not lose 3 seconds over Brooksy in the last lap or two. Booty has dropped down into 6th position now, and Iron Knight has moved himself into 4th position. A great race then this has been there for Iron Knight. And Paige may even get some points as well. She's about a second out of the points at the moment there. If you're going on the penalties there, so Paige might be able to get a sniff of points as well. Then on her debut, then unfortunately she was on a much better race there, but it got a bit too close, didn't it, in the middle part of the race there. Lap 45, and here is Hammer Time there, and he's going to hammer home another victory. Then this is going to be his 4th Grand Prix win of the season. He hasn't won since Monaco. He is back on the top step. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix and gets the fast up. It's a full 26 points there in the piggy bank there for Hammer Time as well. What an incredible drive there for Hammer Time. He absolutely dominated. I think he did a 3-stop strategy in the end there. Hammer Time did really well done. I think we hadn't seen a 3-stop strategy around here since Michael Schumacher back in 1998 in the Ferrari days. Wow, incredible stuff there for Hammer Time. Really well done indeed. He absolutely dominated the race, and Starburst gets second in the end today by 2/10 of a second. That's going to be crucial, I think, for his championship campaign. Iron Knight has gone up in the 3rd position, has gone in the 4th then with Booty in 5th. J-Dog is dropping down the order, and unfortunately here's a Brookston. Brooksy should be able to keep his position here because he's absolutely had a storming final lap here. I think Brooksy might be going for the fast lap as well. And has he got enough? Has he got enough left there? I don't think he has. Brooksy has it. He gets 2 points out on the board there. Brooksy does there, and that could be crucial later on in this race. Sir David's going to get the final point now, albeit Page has done a very good job there to really reel him in there with just a lap to go there. So Sir David just about gets Smith Almighty retires from the race there at the very last section now, and unfortunately he doesn't cross the line. Booty driver today, goodness me, absolutely incredible stuff indeed there, as he is really emulating Wilson and in Murphy at the moment. Great stuff indeed there, but his teammate is on top of the top side of the podium now once again, and Hammer Time in his 4th Grand Prix win of the season, and he's going to be very happy indeed that Hammer Time is as it looked quite easy in the end there, didn't it, for Hammer Time? A Grand Prix win is never easy, is it? But I must say his rivals there kind of helped him out in that race, didn't he? But Hammer Time now did what he needs to do, didn't he? He's got fast as well, 26 points in the bag there, and extends his lead in the World Championship, which is what he wants, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered there. Great stuff indeed there for Hammer Time. Then let's take a look at the rest of the classification then. Hammer Time Grand Prix winner then, 26 points in the bag there. Starburst second stay then from 10th to 2nd. That's a great damage limitation there for Starburst. Really well done. Casal in 3rd. Iron Knight in 4th. From 12th to 4th. Magnificent. Booty driver of the day from 16th to 5th. Good drive there from Booty. He's really starting to perform well in this league. Fantastic. J-Dog in 6th position today. The extra pounds again there may have cost him. It's going to cost him valuable points in the World Championship, I think now. 7th position is Dukanko. 8th position is Connects. 9th is Brooksy. 10th is Sir Dave. Page in 11th position, unfortunately, just outside the points there is there's a bit of contact in the mid part of the race. There wasn't. Sir Dave was also a victim, as Connects was as well. So Miffy Almighty in 12th position, but he retires from the Grand Prix, winning in 13th. The other retirements were Picasso, ZGS, Scooby Stew, Crusher T, Styles, Liam D, and Jitter, all retired then from the Hungarian Grand Prix. And I'm lying down for a minute then, because I think that I've had a long old couple of days in this in the last 3 or 4 days, and my goodness me, gold, silver, bronze, and Cobalt. It's just been absolutely ridiculous, hasn't it? Goodness gracious me, then. Paige a bit disappointed there, as Sir Tommy there. Commiserations there from Sir Tommy as well. But don't worry, of course, because Paige did have the pace there, didn't she? Because she was very lucky at the beginning there. And Connects was very strong as well in the mid stage of the race as well. But it just didn't go exactly the way they wanted, unfortunately. But the beauty about Alr says, of course, we do like to give everyone a chance at racing as well, and so hopefully we'll see Connects Page again very soon in Alr, hopefully. And yes, same with gosh, I'm so sorry. We're the same with Crusher T as well. But we didn't see much of Crusher T today, did we? As unfortunately he was out fairly early on this race, and a huge smash in turn number 3. I don't think I was joining the party at the moment, have they? So it looks like I'm all alone. No one here beside me. Right, now, anyway, this is a good opportunity then for a quick old plug then for next week's Grand Prix in the Belgian Grand Prix in the Ardennes Forest there, isn't it? And the corner names just roll off the tongue, don't they? Of course, the likes of Radion, Puyong, and of course Stavelo as well. Bus Stop, Chicane, Eau Rouge, oh my goodness me. At the top of the hill, Lake Common, of course, the corner with no name then, or the Jackie Hicks turns, it might be called that. Cassau has joined me in the commentary box. Cassau, you started 3rd, you finished 3rd. It seems like quite a straightforward Grand Prix.
Yeah, but I'm a bit... first of all, good evening. Yeah, as you said, yeah, I started 3rd and finished 3rd, but to be honest, I'm a bit gutted because, yeah, I lost the 2nd place due to a stupid penalty. I could have avoided it, so... Yeah, I'm a bit sad, but that's still a good result, for me or for Ferrari. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm in good shape since 5 races now. I think 5 races now.
You've had a very strong last couple of races.
Yeah. I finished on the podium, I think 5 times in a row.
I think in Canada you finished 7th, but Azerbaijan you was 3rd, you was 2nd in France, and you was 3rd in Austria as well. So you've been on a bit of a roll. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it continues like that. But I was a bit lucky tonight because I think Brooksy lost it. He just sent a message in the chat, and he said his brother stood up in front of him, so he couldn't see his screen, and yeah, he lost the car. And I saw him spinning, and I thought, okay, maybe this could be my night. This could potentially be my first win in ALR, but yeah, I had quite the same issue. I hit the curb and almost lost the car, so Hammer Time overtook me. Yeah, but then I had a couple of grid overtakes. I think three or two maybe, and then yeah, I gained the positions back so that I finished third.
And just elaborating on the penalty takes, I think did you only have a 3-second penalty in the end there? How difficult is it not to get any penalties at all? Because the top two didn't get penalty today, which unfortunately cost you second position today. So how difficult is it to keep yourself in the zone now, so you don't run out wide and get a silly penalty? Because by the sounds of it, you're regretting that penalty there.
Yeah, I have to say I play on controller and. I don't know, but I have the feeling the understeer is a bit enhanced on controller, so sometimes it's pretty hard to turn, to move the stick to the left, to the right, and yeah, and on controller you have to do those half circle movements to steer. On F1 2021, so. Yeah, it's a bit difficult, and the track it's obviously more difficult on this track because the curves are ridiculously dangerous. So yeah, it's a bit hard, especially I think is it turn one with what on turn 4 or 5, the blind left, yeah, left turn.
Oh, turn 4, the fast.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I cut the corner twice there, and then just after the chicane in the second sector, I went a bit wide on the grass because I hit the curb and the car was a bit hard to control. So I went a bit wide. I went on the grass, and yeah, it was the third warning. So I get the 3-second penalty. It's a bit difficult on this track. I have to say honestly, there are 3 or 2 turns that are really tricky. You have to be really careful to take it. Yeah, I mean you have to be smooth when you take them. It's difficult, of course, on this track.
Thank you very much. So that's an absolutely cracking answer. That really is. It's answered everything that I want today. Brilliant stuff indeed, Cassel. Fantastic. And that is going to be it then for ALR this week. What an incredible couple of days we've had here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Hungary has treated us very nicely indeed. Budapest has treated us very nicely indeed. We're on to Belgium then in a week's time then for the legendary Belgium Grand Prix. I'll see you Sunday then for gold, as gold is very much in the balance. German got his 7th Grand Prix win, didn't he, here on Sunday? And of course, Pillars may still be feeling a bit disappointed about what happened after he's less than a lap away from winning the Grand Prix. We'll see you not tomorrow, Sunday. Goodbye.